Radio 560 WQAM Miami Fort Lauderdale presents The Neil Rogers Show. To talk to Neil, call 567-0560, toll free for Dade and Broward, or pound 560 on your cell phone. The opinions of Neil, his guests, callers, or anyone else on the show do not necessarily reflect those of WQAM, Beasley Reed Acquisitions, or the Beasley Broadcast Group. Now, Neil Rogers on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Enough of the sucking already! Oh!
Another football playing movie. Plays for the Cleveland Browns. He got a flag in his eye and he lost his mind and threw the referee on the ground.
Yeah.
So they kicked him out of the game. And pending further review, you say all is well or it'll go to hell. It's all up to tackling up, boo, boo, boo.
Oh!
Now he'd be playing Orlando Brown, throwing the referee on the ground, being an NFL jock. Did you never hear the jail cell lock?
No.
Check it out, baby. Every sports franchise never met a criminal they didn't like. Now, if you can catch the ball or run with the ball and rape and murder, that'd be all right. As long as they can fill the bleachers and sell out Sunday's game, well, who cares? Who gets money long as they're making money and the lenders like you do the wave? He'd be paying Orlando Brown, throwing the referee on the ground. Being an NFL job means you never hear the jail cell lock.
No.
Being an NFL job means you never hear the jail cell lock.
10:02 at 560 WQAM. Happy, this overhead's pretty loaded. I just mentioned that in passing. Not that I want to start getting picky right off the goddamn bat. Right from the get-go, as they say. And I lied yesterday. I did watch that ball game last night. How do you like that? Well, it turned out to be a fantastic game. Tremendous game, and I hate to say this to you FSU fans, but Virginia Tech, I'm going to tell you, a little bit of luck here and there, a little bounce the other way. They would have kicked their ass last night. They were unbelievable, especially that kid Michael Vick. Sign him up, baby. Michael Vick. Haven't I been saying all along the Dolphins need an athletic young black quarterback? Isn't that what I've always been saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Sign him up, baby, before it's too late. So anyway, here's a shocking thing. Thank you, Fat Boy, by the way. Fat Boy was waddling in here this morning and did something very constructive. He pointed out I had the piece here by Josie Lambie from the Sun Sentinel, but I was more interested in the thing about the Jennifer Lopez crashing the Big Bash there on New Year's Eve, that disgusting bitch, and about Ricky Martin getting up in the morning. It isn't in the article, but the rumor has it that he was spending New Year's Eve at the pool at the Versace mansion with his boyfriend, but nevertheless, well, maybe just some acquaintance, not a boyfriend. Some bunk buddy. But at any rate, he emerged the next morning with a Swedish blonde hairdo. Not with a Swedish blonde, but with a Swedish blonde hairdo. That's right. He's dying over there. Isn't that what he said at the party? Yeah, he's dying it over there. And his hair, too. But anyway, in the same article, too close for comfort. This is the best. Broward Sheriff Ken Jenney won't have far to go to keep an eye on the sex business and some of his deputies. How about next door? A sex supermarket just opened its doors at the corner of Broward Boulevard and Northwest 25th Avenue, one small block east of Sheriff's Office headquarters, one short block east of the BS. Oh! We get at least 10 deputies a day, Ultimate Adult Video owner Peter Pash said. They're among our best clients. Some of them come in uniform. Some of them come in uniform.
Squirt, squirt.
God, I sure hope they got a big laundry bill for that, huh? And in their patrol cars. Usually they're big on sex toys, condoms, and videos. Sex toys, how do you like that? I wonder what Lisa Campbell would think about it. Remember Lisa Campbell?
Hey, baby, I'm going to use you as a sex toy.
And what a wide choice they have. The 4,500 square foot place is an inventory of 25,000 adult items, including 6,000 videos for sale and 6,000 for rent. It's at the corner of Broward Boulevard and Northwest 25th Avenue, by the way. Not that I want to give them a free plug. Do I want to give them a free plug?
Uh-huh.
Why the hell not? If it's good enough for the BS to be going in there and shopping, they must have a big selection. Probably about this big. I wouldn't be surprised if shows up over there looking for a big black one. And a dildo, too. So it says, how does a sheriff who tried to make a name for himself by going after private sex clubs feel about this store? The man won't talk to the insider, but Jenny's spokeswoman, Cheryl Stopnick, said, the sheriff feels that if people conduct business legally, they have the right to exist. Pash, meanwhile, gave the sheriff a ringing endorsement. I know about the arrest in the sex clubs, he said. That didn't make me nervous to set up here. I support attempts to cut down on prostitution and illegal nudity. Nothing like that goes on here. How do you like that? Now, prostitution and illegal nudity, is it illegal to be nude inside, like into a private place? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that an interesting choice of words? Because he's got to choose his words carefully, because he don't want to piss off the BS, especially our fascist Sheriff Ken Jenny. Or he'll hear those stomping boots knocking at his door any second. They'll be knocking the damn door down with a SWAT team. Huh? That's what they'll have. A big SWAT team. So he's got to be careful what he says. But that business about illegal nudity, there's no prostitution at the swing clubs, is there?
No.
No. How can it be illegal to be nude inside of a private club? How is that possible?
You got me.
I don't get it.
Maybe it's illegal to be nude anywhere.
Is it illegal to be nude inside your house?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I see. Only in certain rooms. If you're nude in the kitchen, by the way, you're going to jail in Broward County. Yeah, so you better watch your kitchen, is what I'm telling you right now. Here's a mobile in Coral Springs. Hello. Okay, that was good. That was our first call of the day. Sets the tone for the rest of the day. That was excellent. Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Yeah, Neil, AP just reported that the Cuban father's the father of the boy was granted custody, is going to be granted custody.
Yeah.
So I figured you'd be interested in hearing that.
Well, we'd probably know that, but we don't have an AP wire here. Or
you don't have an AP
wire?
wire?
We don't have any wire, no.
Oh, it's
we got a little wire running on the floor here, I think, connects the hip bone to the something.
Are we going to be allowed to go to Dade County, or we have to barricade our house?
Well, you figure it out for yourself, man. Where are you?
I'm in Fort Lauderdale. I'm not going anywhere near Dade.
I'd stay as far north as possible.
Oh, it's going to be a war down there.
I'd crawl under the bed and just wait for the next ball game.
They already said they want to put a chain around this house, a human chain.
Uh-huh.
Okay, just wanted to let you know.
Thanks for the good news. Yeah, they're going to do a daisy chain around the house. So we'll have to see it. Can we check the AP wire? Oh, man.
Wait, I got a message coming through now.
Yeah. Now here comes the AP wire. Yeah. What an absolute joke. Well, I guess what I'll do, I'll turn on CNN. Thank you, sir, for at least advising me that something is going on, and maybe he's right and maybe he's not. I don't know. He sounded like a legitimate human being. There's the stock market had taken another big dive. Jesus, God almighty, the NASDAQ. Whoa, man. Oh, that was yesterday. Still, I don't care about stocks. I don't want to get all depressed. Let's focus in on Ilya. What is his name? UB Ilin? On that poor little kid. We'll get a lot of reports on this because we got some people out there who actually have access to like what's really going on in the world, which we don't hear. Unless it has to do with a ball game, unless it's got to do with something that has to do with people that wear jockstraps, we got no news on it. And if it's bad news like about Cecil, we probably don't have too much news about that either. And most of the people here don't read a newspaper or watch TV. I guess that's what it must be, because the story is like 2 days old, and finally the newspaper's got it right today. Let's hear it for the Sun Sentinel and the Herald. Oh! Yeah, better late than never. I just don't get this town. I mean, they're oblivious. That's your news media for you. There was read on our local news on Monday evening, and yesterday's newspapers, did they get the right information? No. And now all of a sudden today, oh, guess what? He confessed. Which we'll get into. We don't want to spend a lot of time on that, do we? Yes! 9 minutes after 10 at 560 WQM. So anyway, well, the papers were saying that it looks like the U.S. was inclined. They were leaning toward giving the father custody and sending him back. They're leaning in that direction. And like it said yesterday, what I quoted, the only thing they're concerned about is the reaction to the local hysterical people. 10:09 at 560 WQAM.
No portion of this broadcast may be reproduced without the permission of WQAM Beasley Reed Acquisition Corp.
No sé si ir al baño o darle cuerda a mi reloj.
No matter how hard I try, Can't get her to date a guy, that's just how it is. She won't touch a penis.
No.
Chastity, I'm grieving. It's so hard in believing. 'Cause it's really lots of fun to date a guy who's really hung. Oh, I can't believe she's a lesbian. There must be something wrong that she's gay. I really don't know where I went wrong, no. I can't believe she's a lesbian. I really don't know where I went wrong. Maybe she heard Sonny sing a song. Oh.
Pet 14 at 560 WQM. We don't want anybody to panic out there, but if you're in Dade County, based on that first call this morning, you better crawl into the bed, okay? We'll let you know. We'll give you the all clear. We'll blow the horn. We'll blow the chauffeur when it's all clear. Let you know when to come out, when it's safe. Stay off the roads and just wait for the worst, because it's going to happen. Speaking of waiting for the worst to happen, this Josie Lambie, he sure gets the good stuff, doesn't he?
No.
No. But at any rate, he says the fireworks went off before midnight at the Versace Mansion's Y2K bash, and 3 of the entertainment world's biggest bullfaces were involved. Oh, you know what? I can get ready now? I can get this ready.
You can't sing for shit. You can't sing for shit.
A partygoer at South Beach's most famous house tells me the spat erupted about 11:30 p.m. when Jennifer Lopez crashed Donatella Versace's sit-down dinner for 75 people in the mansion's courtyard. Aren't you really impressed by all those, people with a lot of money?
No.
All these plastic people?
No.
People who think that they're very important and famous people
No.
who are in the tabloids and everybody's looking on their every goddamn move?
No.
I'm really impressed, aren't I?
No.
No. Revelers Madonna and the talented Mr. Ripley starlet Gwyneth Paltrow were munching on steak and salmon. Took umbrage at Lopez's presence. Well, I can understand that because she's a disgusting bitch, and she probably smells bad, too. When Madonna saw the caliente Latina, she stood up and declared, "Dinner's over." Madonna then walked to the far corner of the house with British filmmaking boyfriend Guy Ritchie, Paltrow, and her beau, music impresario Guy Oziri, whatever his name is. Some guy. All of a sudden, Versace's table was nearly empty, and Lopez took one of the ticked-off prima donna seats. So why the bad blood? Lopez's mouth runneth over in a trade magazine. When asked about several fellow stars, Lopez had some choice words for both Madonna and Paltrow. About Paltrow, she said, "I don't remember anything she was in. Some people got hot by association. I heard more about her and Brad Pitt than I ever heard about her work." On The Material Girl, she says, "Do I think she's a great performer? Yeah. Do I think she's a great actress? No. Acting is what I do. I'm like, hey, don't spit on my craft. Don't schmit on my craft." Since that interview, Madonna especially has despised Lopez, an Entertainment Insider said. No comments from anyone in the tiffing trio. Other celebs partying in the area on New Year's Eve. Oh, here we go. Ricky Martin,
You can't sing for shit.
who emerged the next morning with a Swedish blonde dude.
Dude?
Dude. Dude looks like a lady is what they said.
You can't sing for shit.
Rosie O'Donnell, speaking of disgusting people, Rosie O'Donnell, who toasted 2,000 at home on Star Island. We can't stand you, Rosie. You're disgusting. You're a disgusting fat dyke, okay, and we can't stand you. You're full of crap. You're nauseating. You have no talent. You're not funny, and quit trying to be a social reformer, which you're not. You know something? She's enough to start making me like Chuck Heston.
You son of a bitch.
Exactly. That's how disgusting that bitch is. She's enough to make me go out and buy an arsenal of Smith & Wesson crap, or just some Wesson oil. Donald Trump, who left his own bash at Palm Beach's Mar-a-Lago to attend Revlon boss Ron Perlman and gal pal Enel Barkin's soiree. Isn't that exciting? Man, I'm so impressed by that crap. By all these very, very important people with all their goddamn money and all their problems and all their neuroses, which is mostly what they have. Just remember one thing. All these people that have millions and millions and billions of dollars, most of them are very neurotic and they're hooked on drugs and they're all screwed up and they are impotent, et cetera, and so on. And not only that, but when it comes to some of the people mentioned in this article, like Ricky Martin, for example, besides he likes it down there in the bottom.
You can't sing for shit.
Yeah, that too. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Great.
Hey, I was watching the news last night, and I'm sure you saw it, that Cecil Collins said he had a little too much liquor in him.
Yes.
And all that stuff, and then he, basically confessed.
He wanted to go take a look.
Yeah, he wanted to go take a look.
No, he confessed the day before. I had the story yesterday morning, and both newspapers had it wrong.
Right, he confessed the day before, but yesterday he went in depth and said that, he drank and he looked, he just saw crack.
Yeah, he saw crack. He has a
crack.
crack problem.
The big problem I have is with your radio station, especially Hank Goldberg. I don't remember if you noticed. I'm sure you've heard it. heard when he said that he went to get his wick, something.
Dip his wick. He went to dip his wick.
He didn't even know
he was in a candle store.
He didn't know the facts of the case, and he's automatically assuming that this girl
right,
is
because he's like most of the other people on this radio station. They suck up to the jocks. Anybody that Jimmy ever signed to a contract, they got their head all. They all have their head up Jimmy's ass on this radio station.
Why do you always stick up for Hank? This is why I always tell you, Hank is
I
garbage.
like Hank personal, but this is business. His opinion on this, he's totally wrong, and he owes.
But that's part of his personality, because if he's a snitch,
well, call him up and tell him that, okay? Call him up and tell him. I'm not going to sit here and rip Hank personally. I like Hank, but the fact is, when he's full of crap, I'll be the first one to tell you, or anybody else on this station. And most of them are full of crap, because like I've said a million times, and he's no exception, they all got their head up Jimmy's ass. Oh, yeah, he talked about Cecil, and Cecil this, and all he wanted to do was dip his wick and wait till his side of the story. Well, we got his side of the story, which we have in both papers today. Transcript show he confessed. Oh, he just wanted to go take a look. He wanted to take a look. Yeah. Can we help you with anything, sir? Oh, no, just looking. Like he was in Dillard's with Peter Warwick. And by the way, somebody tell Lynn Swan there's no W in the middle of that name. It's not. It's Dionne Warwick. It's Peter Warwick. More illiterate jocks on the air pretending to be broadcasters. That was a great game last night. And like I said last year, college football are better games. How about the Michigan State?
Oh!
Last second field goal, knocking off those disgusting, putrid Steve Spurrier-led Gators.
Oh!
How about that Michigan, Alabama in overtime, no less, with the lovely Tommy Brady?
Oh!
Yeah, and then last night. There was more excitement in those three bowl games than in the entire NFL season put together this year. That's how bad the NFL is. But the people on the station don't want to tell you that because this is your Dolphin station, and they got to keep peddling the same old tired crap over and over again.
Jimmy and Danny.
Yeah, that's it. Over and over and over again, ad nauseum. And, of course, because this town is a one-note Charlie, what do you expect? Yeah, Hank was totally full of pure, unadulterated crap. Duty. Schmidt. As far as Cecil Collins was concerned. And I think some of the people on this station, including especially him, they owe an apology to that woman, assuming automatically, and like I've told you, I'm the only one that views these things objectively. I got no vested interest. I don't have to go and kiss Jimmy Johnson's ass, or anybody else's for that matter, and try to cover up for every disgusting, obnoxious thing that he does. How's that, what's his name? How's that nutcase doing that went back to Philadelphia? How's he doing these days? Demetrius. And how's Laver Anus doing, by the way? He's pissed off. He couldn't play last night. Lavender Anus. I mean, it's one thing to be a sports fan. It's another thing to make your living talking about it, writing it. But, Jesus, try to be a little bit objective. Oh, yeah, there's another side of the story. The oldest trick in the book. Turn the tables, put the spotlight on her. Oh, yeah, she's a slut, she's a whore. Everybody on the team was banging her. Right. Somebody owes an apology to her. A lot of people owe an apology to this woman. Yeah, he wants to apologize. The booze got the better of him at 5:30 in the morning. This is a great story. He pried off. How do you like this? He got it into his head because he had a little bit too much booze. He got into his head that he was going to take a look at the sleeping form of a woman he had seen casually around the Davie apartment complex. So he pried off a window screen. This is his own admission, by the way. This is his side of the story. The one that somebody on this station, I don't want to mention no name, was saying we should wait to hear his side of the story.
That was fun.
Yeah, here's his side of the story. He pried off a window screen shortly after 5 a.m. and crawled inside Tina Nolte's room uninvited. Collins' account of that night is contained in a transcript released yesterday by Davie Police. It contradicts assertions by Collins' lawyers that the two had a prior relationship. I just went back to the apartment and I seen the window cracked, he be saying. So I opened it and went in, and, I just wanted to go look, he told a Davie detective who asked Collins what was on his mind the night of December 16. Yeah, he just wanted to go take a look, a peek. Peekaboo. Monday, the jailed Collins was formally charged with burglary. He's been suspended from the team because he was previously charged with a similar episode in Louisiana. He faces parole violation charges there. I just want to apologize, man. He told police questioning him in his apartment at Palm Trace 4 hours after Nolte's husband forced him to jump out of the window and ran. I made the wrong choice to do that, he said. Asked what were your intentions of going inside the apartment, Collins said, just to go look. Look at her? Yeah. I'm not even going to lie, man. The liquor had my mind at the time. The devil made me do it. The booze made me do it. Just want to go inside and take a look. Not touch, of course. Just looking, man. So if you got a nice-looking neighbor, any of you people out there, all you kids out there, just pry off a window screen after 5 o'clock in the morning. That's a good time. Most people are sleeping at that time. Even the animals in the house are sleeping. And kind of crawl inside. Find yourself a little crack and turn it into a big hole, as Rick Weaver would say. Wouldn't he say that?
Uh-huh.
Probably. You know, it's funny. We have all those Weaverisms. Can anybody think of any Zimferisms?
No.
No.
That last?
Yeah, here's a medley of Bill Zimfer's. Yeah, and he's a good guy. He's a nice guy. Even though he's a carpetbagger and he works up there at that losing station WIP in Philadelphia, that Beasley loser. But nevertheless, he's a good guy, and he does an okay job as far as like an automated voice. You know, he really doesn't have much personality, and Mandage makes the whole broadcast. But Weaver had all those. In spite of the fact he smelled real bad and very infrequently bathed, he must have thought he was European. Rick Weaver, because he bathed like about what, once every 6 months, something like that.
He smelled like a cough drop.
Like a cough drop?
Like John M.
Yeah, well, people that suck on a lot of cough drops generally are doing it because they're trying to cover up some other aroma. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Cecil could use some Smith Brothers. Or maybe a Smith & Wesson. So there you go. There's the story. Like I told you, it's been on the news. There it is. And did they make a big deal out of it, by the way?
No.
No, it's even though it's a little bit more, prominent in the newspapers today than it was yesterday when both papers had the information wrong. How is it that Channel 4 News had it right Friday evening at 5:30 and both of our local yokel newspapers couldn't get it right yesterday? How does that? Yeah, one has to wonder about that. With the story that they had pretty much buried yesterday because they don't want to fess up because Jimmy don't make mistakes. He don't make no mistakes. He doesn't sign nutcases who try to slice their necks off, and he don't sign guys that pry off windows and try to go look at inside some chick's apartment at 5 o'clock in the morning just to go take a peek. Or maybe he just wanted to go take a pee. Maybe that was the problem. Because you sure wouldn't want to pee outside 5 in the morning.
No.
Somebody might be looking. So if you have too much beer, too many beers, all you young guys out there, and you got to take a leak real bad, just break into somebody's apartment at 5 in the morning. Don't do it outside because that's against the law. Peeing in public. Billy Carter knew that. What a disgrace. What a freaking goddamn disgrace. It was like, what, a year and a half ago we had the guy on, right, from Pros and Cons, and I was talking about the book. Oh, no, and this station is in denial. They don't want to talk about that stuff. They don't want to know from that stuff. Just like when I told Rimmer and Al Strachan about the thing, the hockey book that I read. Oh, no, that broad, she's got some axe to grind. That stuff is all, she makes up all that stuff. Okay, fine. All you people who are connected with professional sports and college sports and who make your living with it, I'm embarrassed for most of you. Because you have puce-colored glasses on. You look at everything through puce-colored glasses and you refuse to see the truth, that you're dealing with an awful lot of scumbags. 26 after 10 at 560 WQM.
Kim Bocamper talks sports. Weekends right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
What a joke. What an embarrassment.
I broke in through her bedroom window at 5 a.m. Kicked in my wig. And what I did, I knew was criminal. But that ain't nothing new if you play for the fish. I guess my girlfriend forgot to tell me that another bitch was someone else's wife. Yeah. Her surly husband was mean and healthy. And I found out when it chased me with a knife. Why didn't that bitch tell me? It was too dark to see. She be in bed with her husband. And that scared the piss out of me. He don't feel me now.
Okay, 10:30 at 560 WQM, and thanks to our good buddy Eric up in Orlando, who does our great job at our NeilRogers.com website and faxes me the story from AP. See, we don't have a thing here, but everything's on the internet, thank God. Like I said, thank God for the internet. Cuban boy's father granted custody. Oh boy, here we go.
Ay, Papa Juan Pablo.
Exactly, I couldn't have said it better myself. U.S. immigration officials have decided that the Cuban father of a 6-year-old boy, Elian Gonzalez, has the right to custody of the boy, government officials said today. The U.S. decision, which would allow the boy, now in Miami, to be returned to Cuba, was to be announced today by Doris Meisner, Commissioner of the Immigration and Naturalization Service. But Meisner was not expected immediately to explain how the boy might actually be returned to his father, because that question involves possible legal action outside the government's control, according to the official who requested an anonymity. The boy was found clinging to an inner tube at sea after his mother died in a shipwreck while fleeing Cuba and heading to Florida. In Cuba, the boy's father, Juan Miguel Gonzalez, could not be reached for comment. There was no immediate reaction from Cuba's Comunista government. Armando Gutierrez, a spokesman for the boy's relatives in Florida, said any decision to return the boy to Cuba would be appealed. Should the boy's relatives sue, a ruling by Meisner in the father's favor would be a powerful weapon in his ability to prevail in court, the U.S. official said. These officials believe U.S. courts might conclude they had no jurisdiction over the case in light of Meisner's ruling. Rather than explaining the details of the boy's return to his father in Cuba, the INS was expected to call on all members of the child's family to work together for a quick and easy return of the boy to his father, as the official said. Oh, yeah, quick and easy. Is it going to be quick and easy?
No.
I don't think so. The woman who answered the phone at Gonzalez's house in the coastal town of Cardenas, a 2-hour drive east of Havana, said Gonzalez was not at home and she had no information about his whereabouts. The Reverend Joan Brown Campbell of the National Council of Churches said before leaving Havana for New York this morning that Gonzalez and all 4 of Elian's grandparents had attended a late-night dinner in Havana with President Fidel Castro. Oh, Jesus Christ. I sure hope they spiked his punch. Elian was plucked from the ocean on Thanksgiving Day after his boat sank, killing his mother, stepfather, and 8 other people. And it goes on and on and on. The boy has been treated as a Cold War-style hero by anti-Castro groups in Miami, living in the glare of television cameras as he toured Orlando theme parks and enrolled Tuesday in 1st grade. The Clinton administration asked the Cuban government this week to issue an exit visa to the father to allow him to personally escort the boy back home if immigration officials decide he should return to the island. On Tuesday, Ricardo Alarcón, president of Cuba's National Assembly, said Cuba's government would not stop the father from going to the U.S., but said he shouldn't go unless U.S. officials agree ahead of time to let the boy return to Cuba. He should do whatever he wants, and we will help him, but if I were him, I would ask for what reason to finally return the boy or to delay the case even longer, said Alarcón. While Cuban adults who reach the U.S. mainland are routinely allowed to stay, the boy's age created diplomatic problems. Many Cuban exiles insist his mother's death in a bid to live in a free country was enough to allow him to stay, regardless of the desires of his Cuban relatives. How do you like that? Oh, and somebody else faxed us the same thing, too. Thank you very much, by the way, because otherwise we're in the dark. We sit here in the dark. We have no news wire. And quite frankly, this radio station, do we care about news?
No.
If they were dropping H-bombs like I told you 2 years ago when I started on this radio station, if they were dropping nuclear weapons on Washington, D.C., would this station know about it?
No.
Would they care about it?
No.
Unless you canceled the football game?
No.
No. Very sad. So there you are. U.S. immigration officials said the boy can go with his father. Now, of course, how they're going to do it and how we're going to placate the crazy people in Miami who already, I'm sure, are going, I don't know, and let me just hasten to add, I live in Broward. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 877-785-6345 on the worldwide line. 877-785-6345. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hey, hi, Neil. Good morning.
Yes, sir.
I wonder if you saw the rerun of the mafia story on the Russian mafia about hockey.
No, I didn't see that. No, they reran it again. That story is older than molasses.
Yeah, they ran it about 2 months ago, and this is the first time they rerun it. And did you ever see it?
It's a pile. I saw it 2 years ago on the CBC. It's an old, stale story, sir. It's much ado about nothing. It's crap.
Well, the way they left it last night is that Pavel is possibly...
Sir, let me say it again. It's a pile of old crap, and I'm not going to waste my time with it, okay? Pavel Bure and the Russian Mafia. There we go. See what I'm saying about the callers? We got real stuff going on right here in town, right here that we're talking about, and this guy wants to hock me a China about some old retread story that PBS picked up from the CBC from 2 or 3 years ago. All these stories, all these things. Does anybody care about that? No. Please, get with it. Get with reality. Get with the real world. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Jesus, Joseph, and goddamn Jehoshaphat. Christ. Did I have those out of order? Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Handsome, how you doing?
Okay.
Hey, listen, I was just listening to CNN. You just talked about it with Elian going back. I'm not going to talk too much because I've been coughing here, getting over flu.
Sorry.
But
I got it.
I just want to know what you think about this and how the Cubans going to react, and I'll just hang up and hear what you got to say.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Well, I mean, obviously he should be with his father, and that's what I think of it, and that's what most sane people have to say about it. But, what's there to think? And they're already threatening they're going to form a human chain around the house, and they're going to disrupt the traffic again. Because, like I said yesterday, let me say it again, it's a bunch of extremists, a bunch of irresponsible extremists who don't give a crap about the law, don't give a crap about anybody else. They're going to get their way, come hell or high water. And like the guy that called me yesterday that was chastising me and telling me how to conduct a conversation, who I hung up on and gave far too much time, by the way, because he was rude and obnoxious. The fact is that we don't have any other ethnic groups in this country who tell us how to make the laws and what the laws should be and how we should implement them and threaten every goddamn time they don't like something. I noticed that the Haitians who were demonstrating the other day out in front of the INS building, it was very peaceful and they weren't blocking off traffic and they weren't laying down in the street and doing crap like that. How do you like that? But you've got this small but vocal and hysterical group of people always fanned on by the Spanish language radio stations in this town, and these crazy people, irresponsible people that get on there and whip them up and encourage them to do these things. And then, of course, aided and abetted by our local spineless politicians like Mayor Pinga Pequeña and Ileana Roslin. And, it's the same old tired stuff. Why should it be any mystery? If we don't get our way, we're going to do everything we can to disrupt everybody else's life to show you what a bunch of assholes we are and to further, cause you to hate all of our people, in spite of the fact that we're just a small, vocal, obnoxious minority. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 877-785-6345 on the out-of-town line. 21 before 11 at QAM.
The NFL playoffs are here.
Fires one down the middle. It's complete. It's a touchdown.
And Sunday, it's the Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. Live from the Kingdome.
Bill Zimmer and Jim Mandich call all the action.
Count the kickoff begins at noon.
The game starts at 4:05.
All right, Miami.
Here on your Dolphin station. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I have no life.
You have no penis.
In record stores now, it's the most repulsive Christmas album you'll ever hear. Ally McBeal, purchase all the Christmas favorites. Ally McBeal, purchase all the Christmas favorites. Listen to it while eating fruitcake.
All right. 20 before 11 at 560 WQM. We got Hank Chulas this afternoon at 2. We got the Bookster at 6. 7:30 tonight, we got West Virginia Mountaineers at Miami Hurricane basketball, followed by the Panthers out on the West Coast at the Anaheim Mighty Ducks. Is there a Florida Panther team, by the way?
Uh-huh.
God, what a schedule they got. It's like out of sight, out of mind. Don't forget this Saturday, noon to 2, we'll be at Nick's Cigars, 7111 West Flagler. Just take the Palmetto to the Flagler Street exit, go east 1 mile. George and I will both be there. Noon to 2, there'll be cigar rolling demonstrations. They'll be rolling some really good crap there this Saturday.
Yeah, man.
And some cigars, too. Sampling of Anheuser-Busch's new products, tequila and rumba, food, entertainment, and a partridge in a pear tree. And you get to meet Nick and all his crazy paisans down there at Nick's Cigars. This Saturday, noon to 2. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Happy New Year to you.
Same to you.
Two quick things.
Can barely hear you.
Have you seen Atkins' new book?
Can't hear you.
Have you seen Atkins' new book?
No.
Okay, it's very good. It's nutritionally based. It just came out. You might enjoy it. Number two,
Well, if you're rid of my stomach flu?
Well, he's probably got a chapter on that.
Okay.
But especially people with diabetes, I think, ought to read it. It sums up the other books rather well. But anyways, I want to take you to task on something.
Yes?
What specifically that John Rocker said do you disagree with?
What do you mean by that?
Well, you're the first person with the Schwartzes and sending back the Haitians and the Julios. What did he say? I mean, you've taken that subway in New York yourself, I'm sure.
No, I have not.
Oh, you haven't?
I've taken subways all over the world, and I wouldn't go out of my way to make generalized, disgusting comments about people of, the things that I talk about are done with humor. He wasn't talking with humor.
You think it was venomous?
Yes.
All right, because I read the article and I couldn't disagree with a lot of it.
I think he's a dumb redneck.
Well, he is a redneck.
Oh, so in other words, if somebody on a subway has got AIDS, some queer with AIDS, like he said, well, what does that have to do with the price of rice? What does that mean? Is he going to spit on you or something?
I don't think that's what he was saying at all.
Well, what is he saying?
I think he was saying that the immigration problem in this country has gotten ridiculous.
He wasn't talking about immigration. He made a comment about immigration, but he was casting aspersions at every ethnic minority he could find.
Well, I read the whole article, and that's what I got out of it. Now.
He's just a dumb jock, and like I said, as grotesque as his comments were, he shouldn't be fined. He shouldn't be suspended. He's got a right to be a dumb jock.
It's certainly no more ignorant than Reggie White's comment.
Exactly. He doesn't have to be politically correct. And interesting, it's a good analogy you make, because with Reggie White, who's a bigot of the worst sort, who runs around spending his time spreading hatred, the media lift him up and elevate him and make him seem like a hero.
Well, then you and I don't disagree on that.
Well, no, but we do disagree about John Rocker. The comments he made were grotesque.
Yeah, but people are getting all bent out of shape out of it. I don't understand.
Well, if that's the most important thing they got to worry about, pal, then it's time for Russian roulette.
Exactly. I'm sitting here
waiting.
Empty
chambers.
I'm sitting here waiting for the DirecTV guy to show up to hook it up for me.
You'll love it.
And I'm going to tell you, to do the 2-room or the 3-room things, it's only another $160. It's not that big of a deal.
There you go.
So do it and be done with these
and
people.
Say goodbye to the cable. Okay, good luck, pal.
Have a good day.
See ya.
Bye-bye.
And stay on your rocker, not off it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 877-785-6345 on the world-famous out-of-town line. Boy, that one is really smoking. Is it smoking?
No.
No. Maybe they're smoking the good stuff in Fort Myers. Here's Davey. Hello.
Hello, Davey.
Yes, sir.
That's me. I don't know if you had an opportunity to look at the Sun Sentinel on page 5B today.
Page 5B?
Right. About the Broward sheriff that handcuffed the 9-year-old boy for riding his bike without his helmet on.
All right.
Geez, I guess if Elian lived up in Palm Beach, he would have been locked up and arrested, because I saw pictures of him on TV riding his bike around.
Yeah.
And
but he's a hero.
Oh. And
he's
this little black
hero.
And this little black boy.
Oh my God! Look at that. You're right. I did miss that. Thank you so much for. You can't read it all.
I know.
Boy handcuffed over helmet law. Nice going, Ken Jenny.
It's Broward County boys. And Jenny part of that? I mean, Palm Beach boys.
Oh, it's Palm Beach. Well, close. It's right next door.
I thought you would enjoy it.
Thank you, sir.
That's why I called.
Thank
you, Neil.
Palm Beach County Sheriff Deputy Kenneth Bachman is captured on video handcuffing 9-year-old Jeffrey Morgan south of Lantana on Saturday. He was handcuffed. Oh, this is perfect. This is the American effing way, baby. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
That's the American fucking way.
Yeah. He was handcuffed for riding a bicycle without a helmet. Little black kid. The video was made by a private investigator who was in the neighborhood working on another case. Although it says here the video was made by a private investigator. The video be make? What the hell is that? Boy handcuffed over helmet law. And you think I'm exaggerating when I say we live in a police state? You think I'm exaggerating all these years? In a goddamn racist police state, no less? A veteran Palm Beach County Sheriff's deputy was captured on videotape over the weekend, handcuffing a 9-year-old boy after he saw him riding his bicycle without a helmet in a neighborhood south of Lantana. By law, all bike riders under the age of 16 must wear a helmet. The video, which was taped Saturday by a private investigator working on an unrelated case, shows the deputy searching through the boy's backpack and pockets while the handcuffed child sits on the cement on Old Spanish Trail off Seacrest Boulevard. It also shows the deputy pushing the child, Jeffrey, down on the ground when he tries twice to get up. Oh, boy, do I smell a beautiful lawsuit here or what? Oh. The mother of the boy, Althea Morgan, wants the sheriff's office to admit the deputy's handling of the situation was wrong. All of this didn't have to happen for one helmet, Morgan said. I'm not angry or mad at the deputy for doing his job, but what I felt was wrong was when he pushed my son. Lawsuit. Big, fat lawsuit. Bachman also was rude to Morgan and told her to shut up, threatening to take her to jail when she repeatedly asked what her son had done, Morgan said. Sheriff supervisors reviewed the tape, determined the incident did not warrant an internal investigation. Oh, of course not. On Tuesday, the sheriff's office vigorously defended Deputy Ken Bachman. The incident started when Bachman saw Jeffrey riding his bicycle without a helmet. The boy told Bachman he had a helmet at home, and Bachman told the boy to walk his bike home and get his helmet, Sheriff spokesman Paul Miller said. 15 minutes later, Miller said, Bachman again saw Jeffrey. Oh, so he's a compulsive, a repetitive, a chronic
unsafe kid
offender. 15 minutes later, Miller said Bachman again saw Jeffrey riding his bicycle without a helmet. When the boy realized Bachman had spotted him, he did a U-turn and sped away. How do you like that, huh? The deputy had to catch up to him and hold him because he didn't know what the circumstances were, Miller said. Now he started thinking maybe the bike was stolen. Didn't you check the plates? Sheriff's officials say that when Bachman caught up to Jeffrey, the child ran away again, this time on foot. Because Bachman, who was on bike patrol, didn't have a patrol car to hold Jeffrey, Bachman decided to handcuff him. Attorney Valentin Rodriguez, who was representing Morgan, said Bachman's actions violated Jeffrey's rights. You don't get to handcuff somebody and push them to the ground for a civil infraction, he said. How about if he would have been jaywalking? Would that have been sufficient? Yeah. Jeffrey was given two $24 citations for failing to wear a helmet. He lives with his father in Margate. This is a disgusting, grotesque, obnoxious. This is what you people out there are paying your tax dollars for, so that so that pigs can go out there and handcuff kids to their bicycle for not wearing their helmet. And of course, I guess they got a lot of spare time now, because I saw again on the news this morning, there was Mayor Pinga Pequeña, and there was the police chief from the Metro-Dade police chief on there, bragging, and oh my God, you don't realize what a phenomenal job we've done, and crime is down so much, and these statistics are staggering, and it's not just the last couple of years, but it's tremendous. Don't you feel safer than you did last year?
No.
No. Don't you feel that this is a safe place to live?
No.
And a safe place for tourists to come?
No.
No. And don't you trust your local police?
No.
No. This is what they're doing. The BSO, they're busy going into swing clubs, hassling and embarrassing people who are there in a private club. And in Palm Beach, they're busy handcuffing little kids who are riding a bicycle without a helmet. Repeat offenders, of course. And they found no reason for an internal investigation, which leads me to ask again, for the 8 millionth time, and I'll ask this every day that I think of mentioning it on the air: how is that internal investigation coming into the prostitution ring that the cops are running in South Dade, down there in Kendall with the 16-year-old girl? Huh? Anybody have any more information about that?
No.
Anybody in this great town that's always bragging about the Herald and this newspaper and that TV station and all the great investigative reporters? Anybody investigating that?
No.
Got any more information for us?
No.
You phonies. You phony goddamn bastards. Who the hell are you kidding? So in other words, the cops can go down and they can screw some 16-year-old girl. They can whore her out and run a prostitution ring with underage girls. And nobody in this goddamn town cares about it. But if some little black kid, especially black, is out there riding his bicycle, some 9-year-old kid without a helmet, we're going to handcuff him and throw him to the ground. And this is your idea of police work, and you tell me that I'm anti-police? Let me say it again. I'm all for good cops. We got a few. Some. Couple. All for good cops. Like I'm all for good doctors. Do I know any? Yeah. I'm all for good, like, bug spray guys, too. How's he doing? Anybody seen him?
No.
No. And the public just sits back. Oh, yeah, well, we want some more of those goddamn Pokemon. Yeah, we want more of those Beanie Babies, too. We better start cranking that factory up again. They're worried about the important things. And, of course, we know in this town what they're all worried about, beyond a shadow of a doubt, more than the bad cops.
Jimmy and Danny.
That's right. That's what they're worried about. Crap like 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. All these things we have going on here. 3 brilliant weeks I did with no calls. All of this stuff that's going on. The immigration, the INS has decided to let this kid go to the custody of his father, which is going to be a tremendous storm of hysteria in this town. Cecil Collins thing is in both newspapers. He confessed. He's guilty. He busted in there 5 o'clock in the morning. All of this stuff that's going on here. And now this story about this 9-year-old kid being handcuffed because he was riding his bicycle a second time without a helmet. And the South Florida audience, the Neil Rogers audience, they have an opinion on any of it?
No.
No, this guy wants to call before and talk about Pavel Bure and the Russian Mafia again. A story that's older than last year's mothballs. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Deerfield Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
My name is Charles Calloway.
We don't do names, sir.
Well, my name is, what's his name? The problem is I have found a class ring from a young lady, and I'd like to return it to her.
Sir, and we also don't do lost and founds on this radio show, okay? Call up the class, call up the school, call up somebody. We don't do lost and founds on the radio. There we go. This is what you want. The 40% of you that called in our poll a week ago today who said, oh, yeah, bring back the phone calls. The callers are what makes the show. This is what you got. I'm sitting here puking my guts out. The one goddamn person in the media in this town who has the balls to tell it like it is, no matter what the hell the issue is. And I'm begging for goddamn phone calls again. I'm getting assholes like this who found a goddamn ring somewhere. Cab Calloway or whatever the hell his name was. Take a cab and take it to her house, okay? You get off my radio show, you jerk, you jackass, you imbecile. They're dropping nuclear weapons on Seattle, and this guy is in here calling me about some goddamn class ring that he found from the Russian mafia that had Pavel Bury's name on it, or some crap like that. That's your phone call, man.
Yeah.
That's the South Florida call-in audience. What's your take on that, take a good Schmidt. That's my take. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil, you're talking about a racist police state. I don't know if you had a chance to read the Miami Herald this morning about the two black kids got hit by that FBI agent.
Yeah, I got it right here. I was going to get to that.
My God, it sent chills up my spine.
Yeah.
What a cover-up. What a... The
trooper was
on the floor.
He was told to sign a false crash report, right?
Yeah, false. He was under 1 year, so he didn't know how to fill it out, and his superiors told him how to write it up, and he didn't type fast enough. So one of his superiors, 17 years on the Florida Highway Patrol, takes it out of his hands. He writes it up, makes up a whole false accident report,
and he deliberately omitted the direction that each car was heading when they crashed, because the drunken trooper, of course, as we know now, was driving on the wrong side of the road.
Drunken FBI agent.
Right.
He's a drunk, not a trooper. He's an FBI
right.
agent.
Right.
Okay, and now this FBI agent is not only he's in a hospital guarded by FBI agents.
Right.
Now, they say in the paper this morning, well, he was in an accident. We try to protect our own. I mean, every time an FBI agent has an accident, we have 2 or 3 guards on him 24 hours a day.
Yeah,
is that what the FBI agents do?
His blood alcohol level is only 0.17. It's only more than twice the legal limit.
Yeah. Well, that could be you or I deal. I mean, we could, they could cover up for us too,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what scares me.
Yeah,
I understand these bastards trying to figure out, 2 black kids, we can nail them.
Well,
but it could be you or it could be me.
MSNBC had a good show last night on the FBI and about J. Edgar Hoover and all these files that they're finally opening up now, all these clandestine files that they had on everybody. The FBI is one of the most sinister and one of the most dangerous institutions in this country. Make no mistake about it.
I'll tell you, this report this morning shows the Florida Highway Patrol, all the way up to their hierarchy,
right,
had something to do with a cover-up of a white FBI agent with black kids, and that scares me to death.
Well, I guess you discovered where you are, pal. It's America.
Well, I assumed in my naivety that at this day and age we may have gone past this thing a little bit.
No chance.
I didn't think that it would still be way the hell up in the Highway Patrol office that they would cover up this guy. I mean, this is one of the worst things. Neil, I can now, when I was only 5 or 6 years old, and I remember down in Florida here, and I remember walking on boardwalks down here, and black people have to get off the sidewalk,
Well, let me ask you this. How about the lynching we just had in Texas here that these guys got convicted? It was only a year ago. How about that?
Right.
We're still lynching black people in this country.
Well, you look at a couple of screwballs, and you say, oh, well, they're out of their damn mind, and they're absolutely ridiculous and crazy, but here we supposedly have sensible, sane people who are high up in our police
Sir,
and
the
law
word is
enforcement.
corrupt. The word you're looking for is corrupt. Corrupt, crooked, cover up. That's what you're looking for. And have a great day, sir. And sit down and contemplate your navel because, as I've been trying to tell you for a long time,
that's the American fucking way.
1056 at 560 WQM.
Only one South Florida radio station has. Listen to it. At Goldberg, weekday afternoons at 2. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Freedom Stand, let's bury our heads. Freedom Stand, let's bury our heads. This is the biggest rap I've ever seen. Man, Southern sentence when it's out, Sarah Bass to sing. Freedom Stand, let's bury our heads.
All right.
Freedom Stand, let's bury our heads.
11 o'clock at 560 WQM. Here's the facts from Joe, who says I was at the American Airlines Arena, whatever it is last night, the Mickey Arena. I noticed several people talking on cell phones during the game. What is wrong with these fools? Should they even be allowed to have phones in the arena?
No.
I don't think so, it says. Also, why do the Cuban women dye their hair red? I think they don't want to look Cuban, but as soon as they open their mouth and speak, everybody knows their dirty little secret when they start saying... So even the reddest of hair don't be covering it up.
Red's in. Everybody's dyeing their hair red. Haven't you seen it?
Ricky Martin dyed it Swedish blonde. Or maybe he was like out in the by the pool with a Swedish blonde guy. Huh?
Dude.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, here's the facts about... I will save this for later. Maybe if we have time, if it gets really... about the babbling brook. Who's got a bug up her ass who says, I have a bug up my ass. I don't have a bug up my ass, honey. It's just that you suck. You can't... You stink. That's all. And you got numbers that are microscopic. You don't belong on the air, honey. You're a bad, bad Randy. Wannabe. Which says a lot. Look at these phones, baby. Are these phones smoking?
No.
No. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Cuba Libre.
Yeah, okay. Mobile in Delray Beach. Hello.
Hey, how's it going? You said a minute ago something about the cops are could be doing better things or dredging up people in these clubs or whatnot.
Yes.
If I'm in a club, I mean, you could send cops or news people there every night to go see me. Could it be something that maybe these people are ashamed to be in the club they're in?
Well, what does that mean?
Like you say that this teacher that they went and made a big ordeal that she was in some club.
Well, let me ask you something. Do you think that there are people screwing around on their mate, on their spouse?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
People don't want their private sex lives put on the front pages of newspaper and on television. That doesn't make them bad people, but there is nobody who goes to a private club, especially of a sexual nature, that expects to be brought out, dragged out, and have their face on the television and on the newspaper front pages.
Well, I've never been to a private club of a sexual nature.
So how do you know? So how do you know what you're talking about?
I don't. That's what I'm saying. If I go to a club, I'm saying you could, any club to go to or anywhere I go, pretty much. You bring a camera or advertise it to anyone.
Let me ask you this. Have you ever, I'm sure that an upstanding gentleman like you has never been like in an adult bookstore or something like that. But let's just assume, you have not. Of course not. Not somebody as puritanical as you. But let me just ask you this. Do you think, knowing the American attitudes and values and the puritanical attitudes we have, do you think that the people coming out of adult bookstores would like to have their pictures on the front of the newspaper or on television the next day?
Probably not, but then I would say to the people, maybe they can go to the adult bookstore if that's...
Why not? Why not? Is it legal? Does it have a license to operate?
No, they shouldn't go simply because it embarrasses them. If it don't embarrass them, you should go.
So let me ask you something. Would you be embarrassed to have somebody watch you take a crap?
Probably.
Okay, well, don't take one. Just the dumbest goddamn Schmidt I've ever heard in my life. You're right. We do need these callers, man. We need them like a goddamn Lochenkup, as my grandmother would say. God. Yeah, they're ashamed to be in there. How about you, sir? When you're diddling whoever the hell you're diddling, you want it on television?
No.
I don't think so. As if it's the goddamn BSO's business or anybody else's goddamn business. Who's diddling who? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Open line on the worldwide line there. That line, I'm telling you, we'll never see the 1st of February. 877-785-6345. Useless as teats on your toenails. Walk carefully, by the way. Here's North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Man, I'll tell you what, the real reason why the FBI, I think, got so scared is the $500 million they're going to lose when that thing finally goes to court.
Yeah.
And in regards to the little Cuban boy going back to Cuba, I think the Cuban people here in Miami should take a little respect and accept the laws that are passed down from this government, because it's this government to begin with that's given them their freedom.
Doesn't make any difference. The group of people that you're talking about, that segment of our Cuban population, they believe that they have the power to make it up as they go along, and if they don't get their way, they'll do whatever kind of civil disobedience they feel like it to try to force us to give them their way.
I know. They act like a bunch of children here in this city.
That's absolutely correct, like a bunch of spoiled little children.
Because in this city, the city's run, the police department is Cuban, so when they go out and run around and rant and rave and act like a bunch of idiots, their nephews and their nieces and their brothers and their sisters are the guys
and don't
sitting
forget
there.
about the politicians, sir, the ones who encourage and also participate in these grotesque events.
That's true. The politicians that are involved also.
And have a great day. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. A lot of people really upset about that 9-year-old black kid handcuffed to his bike by the Palm Beach Sheriff's Office guy, the PSO. I wonder how many people would like to have your kids handcuffed and thrown to the ground because they were riding their bicycle without a helmet. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
I just got off the phone with the PSO. I just called them.
And
I wanted to get some information. I talked to one of the lieutenants about 10 minutes ago, and he said, I go, a lot of people, sane people, don't think it's right to arrest, I said arrest a 9-year-old boy for not riding a helmet. He goes, oh, well, we didn't arrest him, we handcuffed him. I go, but it serves the same purpose. He can't go anywhere with handcuffs on.
Uh-huh.
And then he goes, well, there's 12-year-old killers out there. I go, what does that have to do with anything? We're not talking about a killer. We're talking about a kid
9 years old
that didn't wear a helmet.
Mm-hmm.
I go, so basically what you're saying, Lieutenant, is if you don't know if he's saying, oh, but you don't know if he's a killer. I go, the kid didn't have a helmet. You weren't arresting him because he was a killer.
He said he didn't know if he was a. So I think that any black people out there, you ought to expect to get stopped, especially in Palm Beach County, because we don't know you might be a killer.
That's what I said. So under your theory, Lieutenant, we might as well just arrest everyone.
Right.
Because we don't know if they're a killer or not.
Right.
He goes, well, you don't know if this 9-year-old, you don't know if a 9-year-old or a 10-year-old's a killer. I go, you don't know that.
Let me ask you this. Okay, let me ask him this, even though I can't speak to him. Suppose the kid would have had a helmet on. He still could have been a killer, but if he would have had a bicycle helmet on, then we wouldn't have stopped him. Am I correct? That's right.
And then they did a search and seizure on. I don't know if they seized anything, but they searched him. How can you be searched? What probable cause is there to search a 9-year-old boy with a...
I'd sue their ass for $50 million, pal.
Yeah, I got another year in law school. I wish I could take the case.
There you go.
I have their office. You should call him over the air and get and broadcast it. See how he responds to you.
Yeah.
561-688-3000.
Wait a minute, 5611?
688-3000. It's 688-3000 or it's 668-3000. I think it's six.
Oh, great.
No, I didn't write it down. I called up. I dialed 401. I'm pretty sure it's 561-688.
Something like that. Okay, thanks. Don't keep giving bad numbers out. Then they'll be bugging everybody. Yeah, try one of those numbers with some 6s and some 8s in it. 567-0560. Yeah, he could have been a murderer because you know those 9-year-old black kids, they're pretty dangerous, aren't they?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Who the hell are you kidding? Handcuffed for riding your bicycle without a helmet. Yeah, but what about that game Sunday, man? What about that game? And you wonder why I'm embarrassed to live in this country? Why I'm humiliated and degraded by not just the fact that these things happen, but the indifference of the public over them. They don't give a crap. They don't care. You people don't give a goddamn flying crap. That's the thing that's just astounding. I mean, I learned that 24 years ago when I first came here. And back then I was talking to people over the age of 100. And now that I'm talking to younger people, it doesn't make any difference. Young, old, in between. At least here in South Florida, they don't give a flying crap. Do whatever the hell you want to us. We don't care. Go right ahead. And especially if it's to the Schwarzes, do whatever you want to them. Just leave us alone. Fort Lauderdale, hello.
Hi, God.
Yes, sir?
Some cellulars. I call them
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, how you doing?
Okay.
I haven't called in a while, but I was driving to work, and I heard you talk about John Rocker. And I agree with you. Everything you said was you shouldn't have said, but it's an opinion. But I just want to know if you've seen what they've done to his wife, what they did to him when he played the Mets and when he played the Yankee games. They would take beer and throw it at his wife.
Yeah.
Spill over her head.
So, well, what does that have to do with anything?
Well, I can see why he has so much anger.
Let me say this, sir. There are plenty of scumbags in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta plenty of times. There are plenty of low-life scumbag people there. Look at the fans in Philadelphia, what the hell they did. I mean, there are, no matter where you go, if you're going to be in professional sports, you're going to have to take the good stuff, all the big millions of dollars, and you're also going to have to take the crap that goes along with it, which doesn't make it right. But to make these generalized comments where he rips into everybody, how can anybody condone that?
Well, I'm not
he's a redneck and a bigoted asshole, that's all. But then again, how many athletes aren't? I'm sure that there are plenty of other guys. They're just smart enough to keep their mouth shut.
All right, Neil.
And have a great day. Like we have to be concerned about the sociological effects of the comments of John Rocker, this brilliant man who probably waiting for the Nobel Prize, isn't he?
Uh-huh.
Who the hell gives a crap about John frickin' Rocker? Like the other guy said, who cares? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. That line 9, that must be out of order, you know? That sounds like it's working to me. 877-785-6345. Well, I sure wish I had the January schedule for Pompano Park Racing. You know, now that we're into the brand new year. Is John Penis around?
No.
Anybody seen him?
No.
No, I don't have the schedule. But I can.
The sports leader. Sports Radio 560. QAM.
The media is sick and needs help badly.
You cut it away, quite literally, when I was circumcised. Somehow it grew back on me, amazingly, overnight. My foreskin's back after hanging like a fruit fly.
My foreskin's
Now
back.
I'm hung like a moose, and everything's fine.
My foreskin's back. After getting cut way short, now I'm hung like a racehorse. An angry rabbi cut me down the side. Ow! Ow! I'm a big man now that it grew back overnight. Oh,
It's a big TV. My foreskin's back with a moil caused me trouble.
my foreskin's
Now
back.
it's full big. In fact, the size has almost doubled.
My foreskin's back. Yay! My foreskin's
My
back.
foreskin's back now.
Yay! My
I'm
foreskin's
bigger
back.
than Milton Berle now.
Yay! My foreskin's back.
Foreskin's back, and now I'm bigger and I'm longer like an elephant trunk now.
12 minutes after 11 at 560 WQM. Is everybody happy? All right, that's all we care about. Don't forget our appearance at Nick's this Saturday, noon to 2. We'll be rolling some really good ones and some great cigars, too. Hank will be on from Shula's today at 2 o'clock. We got the Booster 6 to 7:30. Then we got a bunch of sports, including the Panther game in Anaheim, 10 o'clock tonight. Anybody going to be listening to that?
No.
Going to be staying up late to watch our Panthers?
No.
They still exist. They're still playing it. They're still doing it. Here's a mobile in Pompano Beach. Hello.
Neil, looks like they're sending that little boy back to Cuba, so already they're lining up to riot, it looks like. Have you heard the news?
Are you listening to this show, sir?
And they got the guy
Are
talking,
Are you listening to this show?
Of course.
Then how come you didn't hear me talk about it?
But I'm saying they did.
Yeah, 567-0560. Have I heard the news? Pound 560 on the AT. He's just waiting, man. He's just sitting there waiting to start spewing it. Maybe we can give him Enos Shira's home number, too. Enos the penis. Give him his home phone number. And the two of them can go down there and start screaming. Yeah, see, we got the crazy Cubans, and then we got the crazy Anglos. You know, the extremists on both sides, the Cuban haters. Just praying. See, guys like him, they're hoping that there's some grotesque civil disobedience. They're hoping like hell that some ugly episodes occur so they can justify their hatred. Yeah, that's right. He's squeezing it right now. Yeah, they're getting ready to do it again. They're getting ready to do it.
Squirt, squirt.
Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Yeah, I think the guy was talking about on TV right now. They're starting to go a little nuts.
Yeah.
They also followed the
on
car.
On TV where? What channel?
I don't know, 4?
Okay.
Is that one? They also followed his car all the way to INS a la OJ.
Isn't that beautiful? In a white Bronco?
No, he was in a Lexus.
Oh, well, that's true. He don't drive no cheap white Ford Bronco.
And they followed him. The guy, I guess,
and I hear the kid is driving, too, by the way. I hear Elian is driving.
I think he's in the back seat.
Uh-huh.
Also, in closing, please stop taking calls.
Okay.
All right.
This is a matter that could languish for weeks or months or beyond
Here
to
we
come
go.
in state
or
federal courts, playing off simply that very clear ruling from the federal government.
Here's Channel 4. I'd like to know exactly where they are.
His dad has rightful
got the
claim
people already
to him,
getting out there, getting ready to do their thing.
And
got the cops
effecting
out there
an
now.
outcome to that effect are two different things entirely.
Yeah.
Right. And
there's all those Cuban flags, by the way.
Look at the crowd.
Those familiar-looking Cuban flags of a communist
bigger
nation.
and bigger. As Gary mentioned, a lot of that is news coverage, but we are seeing people showing up there waving flags. We did see some
Any American flags?
No. You know that while this is taking place, Elian Gonzalez
sure
is
didn't
at
take
his
long,
new
did it?
school, that being the Lincoln Marti School in Little Havana,
Elian.
where he began the first grade yesterday. He was taken there by his great uncle, Lázaro Gonzalez,
what makes
who
him
has been
great?
taking care of this little boy. He was brought to school there yesterday, and that is where
He's an asshole.
center of all of this commotion.
Not you,
is
Elian.
right
We're
now,
talking about
presumably with his classmates
Ramon
at the
Saul.
Lincoln Marti School. We have been told. He's also on the phone earlier this morning to the town of Cardenas in Cuba.
Okay, get out of here. Yeah, this is 79th and Biscayne. Now, I will say this. There aren't that many people there yet, but, of course, the news media want to make a big song and dance out of it. There were a hell of a lot more Haitians there the other day. Was it yesterday? Yeah.
Day before, I think.
Or whatever. Well, a couple of days ago. There were a lot more Haitians, and they were peaceful, and they made their statement. And there's nobody blocking off the streets that I can see. Of course, who wants to go to Biscayne and 79th anyway, right?
No.
Oh, Jesus Christ. How's Sonny with that market doing? Oh, I'm sorry, Sonny.
There's a nice Wendy's there on the corner.
Yeah. They're lovely. There sure is. In broad daylight, okay? Don't be going there like after sundown. Trust me when I tell you. And then, of course, there's old Madonna, too, there across the street. Don't be going, or what are they calling it now? Whatever Leroy's calling it. Desperate. But anyway.
Don't forget Flora's Pizza, a block away from there.
Flora's Pizza. Our good paisans. Thanks for a plug for Flora's Pizza. Great people, great pizza, great folks. Boy, they were sure nice to us. And
maybe some of the protesters.
What?
Go get a slice, in between,
I think there are people in the audience like to give a slice to some of the protesters. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we can get OJ. Call up and see if he still got the number. I'm sure he does. Yeah, there's nothing going on. There's a bunch of people. Of course, all the news media. There's the Channel 7 truck. Of course, they're right down the street anyway. So it was real easy to get there. And there's Rick Sanchez is hovering over the whole goddamn INS building. Look at that with his legs. Oh, just dropped a big bomb. La Bamba. Can you all smell it all the way up here? Nice going, Ricky. Yeah, there's some people gathering there, and so far there's nothing to report. Nobody's getting hysterical yet. Of course, Elian's in school. He hasn't gone anywhere yet, but here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today, sir?
Great.
Good. Listen, I'd like to thank you for being so upstanding and outright and speaking the truth, because it is so bad that because we have these high-priced athletes, and everybody just forget that they're the human too, and they are some slumbags. And I'd like for you to keep it up, and as long as you keep doing what you're doing, somebody's going to listen. They have to listen because they can't keep being on deaf ears. So this year and the year to come, please keep doing what you're doing, sir.
All right.
Thank you.
And God bless you, sir. And I'll pray for you profusely. In fact, I can rub my beads. 5670560 pound. The sacrifice of a mother for the freedom of her son. Oh, here we go.
Lots of
no Castro equals children's rights respected.
On Northeast 79th Street as we
mean?
await the official pronouncement from the government relative to Elian's fate.
Yeah, Gary, and this is a very passionate issue, and in all fairness.
So let me ask you this. Why is it a passionate issue? Can you answer me that? Why is it a passionate issue? I mean, we've got all these other people, including these 400 people that came on a boat from Haiti. There was Chinese people on there and mostly Haitian people, including a 12-year-old unaccompanied kid, little boy. I'm sorry. It's not an emotional issue. It shouldn't be.
Because of the floating in the ocean thing.
There were plenty of other people floating in the ocean who didn't. They're still floating under the ocean, okay? Or in it, or somewhere.
Davy Jones' locker.
Exactly. Davy Jones. And maybe, something, he might spend some time in the ocean. It's cheaper than taking a bath, I guess. Davy Jones. From what I hear, smells real bad.
Coming in concert.
Hanging around with too many monkeys, Oh, that was bad. That was bad. But at any rate.
Of the Immigration and Naturalization Service.
Yeah, there are just a few people milling around. I would say it looks to me like there's maybe 100, 200 people down there. It's not a big deal. Nothing's going on. They're waving the Cuban flags and bada-beep, bada-boop, bada-ba. One of them actually went. And right away, the local channels, and of course, the more that they put this on there, the more people are going to be schlepping down there. And of course, the announcement hasn't officially come yet. You do understand that. They haven't officially made the announcement. And let me say it again, U.S. immigration officials have decided the Cuban father of a 6-year-old Elian Gonzalez has the right of custody of the boy, period. And how they're going to arrange that hasn't been decided yet. And the attorneys for the other side, including that Orthodox Jew with a schmata on his head, they're going to take it to court and appeal and yada, yada, and there you are. So they haven't even made the official announcement yet. And already the local media are doing their best to stir up as much crap as they possibly can. Just what we need in Dade County, man. Oh! Some more civil disobedience and some more crap. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
This is such a Mickey Mouse town.
Yeah.
This is freaking incredible. They should have all the media is covering this little boy's event. They should be over at that cop's house over in West Palm asking what the hell he was thinking about when he handcuffed that poor kid.
Yeah, how come that story? The guy, thank goodness the guy
Well,
called me.
that doesn't make any sense. Well, if he were Cuban, believe me, he'd probably be all over it. Let's send the guy back. I don't know. It's so screwed up. I mean, I've been in some real small backwoods towns that they make more sense than this so-called big town. This is just a country town.
That's right. This is I said that 24 years ago. The first week I was there, I said this is a big hick town. Somebody called me and asked me, well, what do you think of the sophistication level of this town? I said it doesn't have one. It's like a big hick town, and it still is.
The only reason they listen to anything anybody says here is if they have money or any kind of influence. But it's such a bunch of bullcrap. This kid, this shouldn't even be an issue. He should go back home to his dad. I mean, it's a solid bunch of crap. It's the same thing every day. And then you're going to have Rick Sanchez later on squatting over a map of Elian probably over in the Metroplex, whatever the hell you call that thing he's on now. It's such a bunch of bull crap. I'm sorry.
Amen. Bullshit. You got it. Okay, pal. Hang in there. Good luck to us, man. Good luck to us. Good luck to the civilized people who live in this town who don't try to browbeat this town and browbeat everybody who lives here every time we don't get our frickin' way. You let the government decide. Maybe you don't like the decision. You do like the decision, whatever. And then life has to go on. The world can't stop spinning around, and this town can't stop functioning because of some 6-year-old boy because he had a good trip to Disney World. This 9-year-old kid, by the way, up in West Palm with out the bicycle helmet, did they take him to Disney World? No. They threw his ass on the ground.
After the lawsuit, he'll be going a lot.
After the lawsuit, he'll be buying Disney World. How do you like that? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
And he'll be kicking the Palm Beach cops out of there if they want to go. Yes, sir.
I was just wondering, how come the cops in Broward are so busy raiding the swing clubs when the clubs in Broward and clubs in South Beach are loaded with drugs?
Yeah.
And that's all they're doing in those clubs.
Yeah, but the drug people sometimes tend to be dangerous as opposed to the swing club people who their lethal weapon is between their legs.
Right. And they're so busy raiding those clubs when the clubs in South Beach and in Broward just loaded with ecstasy. Everybody rolling off their mind.
Right. Amen.
You know? All righty.
Good point, pal. But again, that's the more dangerous kind of work. Do you understand what we're saying there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. As here we start the year 2000. It's only the 5th of the new year, and it's the same old, tired, neurotic crap. How many times have I asked that question? 50 million, 60 million, 125 million times over the last several years?
Uh-huh.
Is anything here ever going to change? Absolutely, positively
No.
Not. No way, Jose. Marti. How's Radio Marti doing, by the way, and TV Marti? They're still showing those old I Love Lucy reruns?
Uh-huh.
Lucy! Here's Hialeah. Hello.
Hey, Neil, Happy New Year.
And same to you, sir. Happy New Millennium.
You know, as far as this issue with the Cubans and everything, to me, this is not an emotional issue. There's far more important things happening in this country. It's America. I really don't care what happens to the kid. If he goes back to Cuba, let him go back. If he stays here, he stays here.
Right.
It doesn't affect my
Right.
life.
Who cares?
But it does affect my life when we deny 400 Haitians to come offshore and Lincoln Diaz-Balart starts going down there and starts saying, oh, our brothers and sisters are only 100 yards away from our shores. His agenda is a ridiculous agenda. It's a Latin agenda. He does not care about anything. That guy is a total loser. Lincoln Diaz-Balart, why doesn't he just take a machine gun and just start machine gun going down there in Cuba and start killing all the Cubans in Castro?
Okay, great. Give him some machine guns, go down there, take care of Fidel, and then, build the casinos back up, and we'll come. Build it, and they will come. It's only 90 miles away. Because the hotel's here. 567-0560, pound 560 on it. That's what Meyer Lansky, I'm sorry, Hyman Roth, that's what he said.
Boy!
Good Jewish boy, used to walk his dog on Collins Avenue. What could be wrong about that? You show me a guy who likes his dog, and I'll show you a guy that ain't all that bad. How's Al Malnick doing, by the way? Isn't that his name? Here's a lady in Boca. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Neil, God, it is my honor to talk to you.
Yes, it is.
Yes, I'm from Lantana.
And?
Same neighborhood that kid.
I sure hope you're not riding your bicycle without a helmet, sweetheart.
You know what? It's hard to keep a bicycle in that neighborhood.
Yeah.
Because they get stolen so often.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you read the article. When I
read
first started reading it, the one in the Sun Sentinel about
Right.
it, I thought, God, that jerk, hurting the kids, throwing him down.
Uh-huh.
But after I read the article, it made me think, the first time he saw the kid, he gave him a warning, it sounds like. Told him, you're supposed to be wearing a helmet. Go home, get a helmet.
Yeah.
Walk your bike home.
Mm-hmm.
Later on, he saw the kid riding the bike, and when he, tried to catch up to him, the kid tried to, he kept trying to get away from him. And not that he should be throwing the kid down, but he said, he didn't have a car to put him in, and the kid kept trying to get away.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's cool to put handcuffs on him, but how else was he supposed to stop him?
And to throw him down to the ground twice?
That's not cool to throw a kid down.
Oh.
But they said he pushed him down. Where did throw come from?
Push, throw. What difference does it make? It said twice he tried to get up, and they've got it on video. He pushed the kid down twice.
Yeah. Well, I wish that hadn't happened that way. If he used a lot of force, but there's a lot of bicycle theft, and the guy, I think he thought that he maybe was riding a stolen bike. Why else was he trying to get away? And it's black kids, white kids, Hispanic kids, all different color kids, and adults for that matter, steal a lot of bikes in that area, and I don't think it was horribly unreasonable for the guy to question it.
To question it, but to handcuff him and throw him down to the ground?
How else was he supposed to, stop him from running away?
And you know what? So suppose he did run away, okay? Big stinking deal.
Yeah, then let the kid go. That's the other side, and that's,
So let me ask you this. If the kid runs away, he's got his bicycle, okay?
Yeah,
he follows the kid. He finds out his address. The kid's got to go home. He can't hang it. The kid's not going to go to hiding over a goddamn stolen bicycle. Is he a 9-year-old kid? I don't think so. He gets the address where the kid is. He calls for help from a patrol car, and they go in and they have to do whatever they're going to do.
Yeah, that would have probably been the better situation. But I don't think we should say the guy's just horrible, awful for,
I think he's horrible, awful.
Okay.
I think it's disgraceful.
And you are God, so you.
I have ruled. I've made my verdict.
You have ruled.
There you go. God bless you, sweetheart.
You too, sweetie.
I'll pray for you.
Thank you.
Okay. Sounds like you need it. What?
Let's see the tape. It's going to be out there on the news.
The tape will be out, and you can be sure it'll be on the evening news 5,000 times tonight. They got the videotape. Videotape at 6. That's what Warner Wolf said. Get that tape out there and let's take a peek at this and see what kind of crap. And, she's very nice, and maybe she's got a point. Maybe he was worried the bike was stolen. Big deal. Wow. Whew. Stolen bicycle. Holy moly.
Hey, I had my bike stolen when I was little.
Yeah.
Destroyed my life.
I can
never recovered from
I can tell. Finally, we got an explanation after all these years. 27, that's like that little cat that crapped in my arms when I was 5 years old. Hated pussy cats ever since.
Jim Mandich talks sports weekend right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
A dingo ate my baby.
When I was little, I was a skinny little punk. They wouldn't let me play basketball. The gangs used to push me around. Even the hoes beat the crap out of me. But then I started drinking milk. And I kept on drinking. And I kept on drinking.
And I kept on drinking. And now I'm a 6'5", 285-pound angry mother. And I'm gonna put some serious hurt on everybody who ever dissed me. You with me, you go home in a body bag, 'cause I'm a natural born milk freaking killer.
Milk. It does a body good.
It's 11:30 at 560 WQM. Here's a sign. I wish George were in here. He's out taking a leak or something. But it says, do you want to add Leon to the list? Can't these Julios spell right? Or
no.
What is that all about? I thought his name was Elian, Elian. Why does the one guy have a sign that says, do you want to add Leon? It talks about the 25 Cuban bodies at the bottom of the sea. Do we want to add Leon to the list? Or are you just stupid and illiterate?
I thought we were going to ship him back and not drown him.
No, seriously. But why is he spelling it Lian? Why did he leave off the E?
Maybe he had his hand over it.
No, he doesn't have his hand. Maybe he's got his hand on it, but not the letter E.
Well, I can't see what you were watching.
A guy's some spick is holding up a sign. And by the way, there's an American flag. Oh, yeah, it's only one in a sea of Cuban flags. There's the red, white, and blue. Let's hear it. God bless America. Come on, everybody, let's sing it. You want to sing it? No. Get Kate Smith out there down at the INS building, Biscayne and 79. Get her out there before it's too late. Wheel her ass down there. Straighten these poor bastards out. How about all these other desperate people from all over the goddamn world? Do they count?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Excuse me for getting carried away. I forgot about the special privilege, the privileged class in this town. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Yes, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Listen, I grew up here. Let me tell you something. I am so sick of this stuff. I'm so sick about hearing this kids. And let me ask you something. You go down to Biscayne Boulevard right now, and those Cubans down there, they don't even speak English.
How do you know that?
They don't even have jobs.
How do you know that?
You know what they should do? They should go get the kids.
Okay. I mean, I'm going to sit here and listen to that crap?
Crap.
Of course not. There are people down there, like he says, most of them look like they're, they have no job. No, seriously, I don't know if they have a job or not. This guy's just talking a bunch of crap. Oh, Jesus, we're not cutting out of this damn thing. I don't want to see Bill Cosby. Oh, here we go. It's on Channel 6. Thank God.
Position of agreeing with the INS. But I basically think that Janet Reno, the Attorney General who oversees the INS, and Doris Meister are people of honor and integrity. And this decision about Elian cannot be made on the basis of a quid pro quo. That would be completely unethical.
Well, what about the complaint by Elian and Ross Layton and that they just want their day in court?
Well, I am not an attorney, but it seems to me that the issue here is whose burden of proof it is in this case. There has been nothing alleged regarding unfitness for the father in any of the comments of the attorneys. This is the father. He wants the child back. All the arguments that I've heard are really political arguments about hardship in Cuba, whether he's under duress or whatever. The INS...
I saw the father. He looked like he was wearing a duress. Oh, well, the Catholic priest that they wanted to bring over here, he was the one that was wearing the duress. He's the one to watch out for, not the father. Look at that. They just brought a little cake to Elian there in the school. It says, for your father, for your father. Did they do that?
No.
No, but it sounds cute. Come on. Let's take him to go see Godfather. I mean, this talk about all the things that are going on in this world today, in this country today, all the desperate people, the starving people, the people in need of medical care, the homeless people, the people freezing to death up north, all the stuff going on. And here's this 6-year-old kid, and what a wonderful opportunity for the same old crazy people to start carrying on. It seems like it's a cycle. Every 2 or 3 months, they find some other goddamn flashpoint, something else to set this off, to give them an excuse as an outlet for their psychotic behavior. Jesus Christ, 20 years ago, Marielle, I said, we're sick of this crap here already. We're tired of it. Here we are 20 years later in a new millennium, allegedly, and the same crap going on here. What is there to say? I mean, where else in the world does this go on?
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Good year to you. Listen, I can't sympathize with everything you've said. I listen to you every day. I never call. This is the first time I've ever called you. But I'm an air conditioning contractor in Miami.
Yes, sir.
And I go through the same thing. I feel the same way you do. It's pathetic what this town has done, what the Cubans have done to Miami. They've got the neck, our necks are in the noose. They tighten it. Every time we say something bad about them or we want to do something about it, they scream foul. We're against them. It's illegal in this town to ride around in an air conditioning truck or even a work truck without the proper licensing and without the proper lettering.
Yeah.
The Cubans do it all day long.
I hope you're wearing your bicycle helmet, too, by the way. I'm sorry.
What's that?
I said I hope you're wearing your bicycle helmet, too.
Yeah, that's true, too. I mean, they can ride in the streets with no helmets. They can do air conditioning contracting with no license, no permits. They can do whatever they want because they've got their buddies in office. If they do something wrong, you report them. They right away, they pick up the phone. They call Leakin Diaz-Balart. They call Eliana Ross Layton, and everybody washes it and sweeps it under the rug. And what you say is 100% true. I heard you the other day. We're held prisoner. We're a prisoner in our own city.
Dade County is the only county in America that's actually a prisoner. It's like a hostage.
You're right, 100% right. I couldn't agree with you. I'm driving down the road and I'm doing work and I'm saying to myself, yeah, he is so right. Yet, and I don't know if anybody really listens to you the way I do, but everything you say makes all the sense in the world. It's a shame that you don't run for mayor.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's a shame that someone like you that will speak out and speak his piece and not be afraid of what this politician or that politician or this owner of a business or what this Mascanosa is going to think about. Who cares?
Yeah,
I mean, you always say your piece and you're right.
There's not enough grafting, and I'm making too much money here.
That's probably, I would do the same thing you're doing. I would stay where I'm at if I'm making that kind of money because you can't make it unless you're on the take, the kind of money you're making working for the county or the city. And that's the problem, and I agree with you.
Hang in
there, listen,
pal.
I'm going to keep listening to you, and I'm going to keep, throwing my fists up with you, and we'll hang in there together.
Okay. We'll hang together.
Okay, you got it.
That's what Mussolini told me. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And the out-of-town line is 877 Maricon. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good morning, Neil. Happy New Year.
Buenos dias.
Neil, concerning the Elian issue in the beginning back in Thanksgiving, they found two people floating on the ocean also that they say they got smuggled by Elian's stepdad. Isn't that right? And where's that issue at? The media hasn't talked anything about them.
Right.
Hello?
Yes, I'm listening, sir.
Oh.
I'm here.
So,
Right here.
you know, everything becomes Elian, and this guy supposedly went to Cuba to pick up the woman with the child. He found an opportunity to make some money, smuggle people here. They got killed. In my opinion, the child belongs to the father. I would like to know how much taxpayers' money has been spent on this issue. That's all I have to say. Have a nice day.
And like I said, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. 877-785-6345. They got all the talking heads on there. They're all pontificating. Bada beep, bada boop, bada bop, bada beep. Like this. Oh, here's a Radio Mambi guy.
Tell me, no sense of any sympathy for this child's family in Cuba, this child's father, for example. No sense of sympathy, no understanding of that point of view?
Not in the United States, because Cuban people know they cannot live the life that children live in Cuba, and they are sure that this child is going to be used as a propaganda tool for
and thank goodness he's not being used as a propaganda tool here, huh? Thank goodness for that.
Tell me a little bit more about some of the calls that you've been getting, some of the indignation, as you said, from these callers regarding possible protests. Tell me the nature of those. You're predicting those will be peaceful, nonviolent protests? Tell me about that.
You can never tell, I mean, the way that the people is going to behave later on. But anyway, up to now, people are trying to demonstrate publicly they are indignation against this issue, but I don't think that they are going to do nothing really violent.
And we've heard Jose Basuto from Brothers to the Rescue calling really for people to take to the streets. Your thoughts on that, your feelings on that?
Well, I think the people is going to take the streets. It's called by Basuto, by many other Cuban leaders in the community. But anyway, I don't think that has to be in any respect dangerous to the community, to the peace of the community.
And just briefly, as we wrap up here, tell me, what do you think these protests will achieve? Obviously, the U.S. government has made this decision. There is no going back. What do you hope to achieve by doing this?
Well, we are going to achieve one thing, that make the people in the White House know that the Cuban community cannot be taken for granted, that you cannot throw away the public opinion of the Cuban community in Florida. And I think the Democratic Party is going to pay in the next election with this decision.
All those evil liberal Democrats, that's right. Even though this president for the last 8 years, he's got that embargo against the evil Fidel, but nevertheless, was there a Democrat who ever did anything right? No, they were all bad. Every Democrat's bad, evil, maricon, communist, etc. This, by the way, you heard the voice was some goofball talk host from Radio Mambi, one of those guys.
They're the ones.
They're the ones. And that's what the Vogue said. You're the one. 21 before noon at 560 WQM.
Oh, Alonzo, you're so big.
Castro, get out of Cuba. We just can't use ya. You've been around way too long.
Yes.
Castro, you ugly bastard. Too long you've lasted. The Bay of Pigs should have worked. Fidel, you make me sick. Get out of Cuba quick. You are so goddamn rich, you amigo, son of a bitch. Baseball, we know you like. Are you behind the strike? Where were you in '63? Did you kill Kennedy? Muerte, 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 muerte. Get out now and free your nation. Are you into masturbation? Fidel will lift the embargo. Cuba will become another Key Largo. USA, USA. We're turning all the rafts and boats away. Lucy! Castro, get out of Cuba. We just can't use ya. You've been around way too long. Castro, you ugly bastard. Too long you lasted. The Beatic should have worked. Fidel, you make me sick. Get out of Cuba quick. You are so goddamn rich, you amigo son of a bitch. Baseball, we know you like. Are you behind the strike? Where were you in '63? Did you kill John Kennedy?
Yes.
Muerte!
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 Muerte! Muerte! Get out now and free your nation. Are you into masturbation? Cuba will lift the embargo. Cuba will become another Key Largo. USA! USA! Where turn all the rats and boats away? Lucy! Lucy! Lucy!
Maricon. It's 11:45 at 560 WQM. So anyway, they've set a date, the INS, of January 14 as the date that Elian is supposed to be reunited with his father and go back to Cuba. What?
That's not good.
Too far away.
Right. It should
9
be
days away.
right now.
Well, that's the reason I mentioned that, is because now...
Essence have lost this battle, and again, that the boy may be returned by January 14th.
By January 14th. That it could be soon.
Receiving reports that that is the ruling made by the immigration officials. Right now, 7's Mark Ledner is standing by just outside INS, where you are watching right now that protesters...
Most of these people down there, by the way, speaking of no jobs, most of these are ancient. They're fossils, retired.
It has gone up again, as it does sporadically throughout this protest.
Yeah, every time
we're still guesstimating about 200, 250 people.
Yeah, 200, 250 people. What's the big simus with that? What's the big... We got more people waiting online to get paid for past due bills here at QAM. 250. Yeah, we got 400 people lined up at Power 96 contest winners. We got lined up waiting to get their checks.
God forbid they should protest.
Yeah. Better not. Take them another 6 months, at least. Easy. 200, 250 people, mostly Cuban flags, a few of them. There's one American flag there, and one, I don't know what the hell that is. And mostly old fossils. They got nothing better to do. It may be raining down there at Domino Park. What else are they going to do today, for Christ's sake? Christ. And here's some young guy with a T-shirt. Yeah, he's waving his arms, and the people around, there's two young guys, and the rest of the people, old farts, are 90 plus. 92. Yeah, there's one guy, he looks like he caught a bad dose. Here's one guy with a bullhorn.
Certainly nobody expects a scene in which he is forcibly put on an airplane or something like that. That's not going to happen.
One guy with a bullhorn, he yelled out, Maricon! How do you like that? Yeah, that's what he's yelling. I don't know what the hell that's all about. He must be listening to this show. You think so?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and I noticed, by the way, I don't want to even say it. You know what I was going to say? They're not going to call. They're embarrassed, just like George is. He's red in the puss.
I threw my bag away.
He's beyond embarrassed.
I got to make a new bag.
Here's a mobile in Sunrise. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes,
How are
sir.
you?
Great.
On a serious note, with the kid on the bike, I'm a security guard over in Sunrise, and in all fairness to the cop, it's done for a reason. The handcuffs are done for a reason, for the safety of the kid and of the cops. And I just wanted to give you that point. Thank you.
Wait a minute. And that's it. See, he doesn't want to hang around for a conversation. It's done for the safety of the cop and the safety of the kid. Well, I'm telling you, we've got more goddamn apologists, no matter what the goddamn cops do in this police state of ours. There are a whole line of apologists ready to come on here, just like the facts I got a minute ago. Oh, suppose the kid would have gotten in a wreck and gotten brain damage, et cetera, and so on by riding a bike without a helmet. Well, you know what? You take your chances. You do the best you can to inform the public, and if he wants to ride without the goddamn helmet, tough crap. But the idea of handcuffing somebody to a bicycle and then throwing him down on the ground twice when he tries to get up, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. And the fact that the kid was black, please don't try to tell me that had nothing to do with it.
Guess what color the kid stole my bike was?
Black. Like I said, check the plates. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Are you saying that Schwarzers are the ones that steal all the bikes? I hate to break the news to you that everybody's got a bicycle in Amsterdam, and they do get stolen on occasion. And you know who steals them? Here's a mobile in Homestead. Hello.
Morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Morning, Neil. Can you hear me?
I hear you.
I just wanted to comment for those Americans out there that are worried about losing their freedoms. They may not have heard this week that OSHA come out with a new ruling that your employer is responsible for anything that happens to you if you're lucky enough to do your work at home.
Yeah.
And they're also liable and responsible to inspect your workplace, and OSHA will too. And who the hell wants your employer coming to your home telling you what you're going to do and what you can't do? Or the government too, for that matter. They might not like where you got your computer, or who knows what. Or
they might not like where you stuck it.
Or they might not like the way you live. Too, hey, this scumbag isn't the kind of guy we want. Look at his house. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's a big invasion of our privacy. And you don't hear that. All you hear is this alien crap, or let's let the illegal aliens come. Why don't we just open up our borders and say anybody wants to come in,
Yeah.
Who the hell cares?
All we ought to do is take all of Mickey's cruise ships and put them out there, and anybody can get it on the cruise ship, we'll bring them on in, and
It's just hopeless. Nobody seems to give a damn.
Of course, those cruise ships keep getting lost anyway, so probably they'll never get here. That might be a good idea to solve the problem.
They'll be tied up in court with lawsuits for the next 6 years anyway.
Exactly. Okay, good luck, pal.
Same to you.
Get that passport.
Right.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Have we had any of our Cuban friends calling in here today?
No.
To denounce or reject this? Oh, there's really nothing going on. They got a right to be down there. They're acting in a peaceful way, and there's no disruption yet. But it's the crazy people. It's the brothers to the rescue, the ones that keep shooting themselves in the face, even though George says that that's Alpha 66 or Alpha 66.
Yeah. You got your two groups mixed up.
I don't. What difference does it make? You better go home and watch that Monty Python movie again, okay?
Which one? I got them all.
Well, watch them all. Which one was that in? Was it in The Meaning of Life or The Life of Brian? Where they have the different groups, the National Front,
Life of Brian.
Life of Brian,
the People's Front of Judea.
The People's Front, yeah.
We're the Judean People's Front.
We Judean Front, right? Same difference. The brothers to
one
the rescue,
group flies around the
sisters, the sisters of the poor, whatever the hell it is. Same crazy crap. Whipping everybody up into a frenzy. Let's go out in the streets, and it's about time responsible people say, no, we're not going to go out in the streets. Raul Martinez might beat us up. Especially all you short people in Hialeah. Don't go running out there in the streets. Raul will beat the crap out of you, I'll tell you that. He'll beat the Schmidt out of you. Even you German short guys out there. Oh, by the way, whoever saw a football team with a guy named Midget? Yeah, Virginia Tech last night, they had a midget on their team, who was great, by the way. They had Midget, and the other team had a meanie and a midget. The names in that game had to be all fictitious. Were they made up? Great game, by the way. Nice going. What's their name? Hoyas, Hokies, Hokie. And what's this obsession with Hokies, by the way? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT. Are they done with this yet? Channel 7 actually running some spots.
Really clears.
They're doing the weather on 6. We must be, we're back on the Price is Right.
Key Centurion Sports Tip.
Oh, don't put Rod Roddy on there. Okay, we know about him. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
Putting him on there, they'll be whispering, it's the Tanner building. Go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
No problem. Hey, listen, I have some news about Mrs. Clinton.
Some news about Mrs. Clinton?
Yeah, I mean, that most people probably know, but maybe they don't. That she's a lesbian.
Uh-huh.
In fact, that...
Yeah. Okay, good. 567-0560. There's a brilliant call. Like I said, let's get a lot more of these calls on, baby. Yeah, I understand they just sent her and Janet Reno off to Netherlands to plug up those dikes. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Westchester. Hello. Westchester.
Oh, well, I'm a long-time listener, first-time caller. I want to know
Sir, it sounds like the telephone is inserted in your rectum. Are you speaking into the phone, or what's
speaking right into the phone?
Okay.
I just got out of bed from the flu.
It sounds like it.
And
now what kind of flu? Do you have the stomach virus that I've got?
No, I had the bronchial
Oh,
flu.
that's even worse. Well, I'm sorry for you.
Thank you.
I think.
I just wanted to see why they don't mention anything about this little kid from whose father died on a Haitian boat.
Right.
And nobody makes any fuss about a kid who lost his father.
Right.
On the boat. And nobody says anything about it. They're probably shipping him back. They don't take that kid.
He's already back. They already shipped him back.
I don't see why they should have. They should have kept him here.
They gave him some old American League baseballs and said, go and re-sew these and do a real good job and get out of our face. That's what they said.
They're black?
That's right.
Well, that's about all I've got to say.
Okay, feel better, pal.
Okay, thank you.
God bless you. God bless America. Come on, let's sing it. Let's hold hands and sing, God bless. How's it go? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Where's Desi and Lucy when we need them to do a little babaloo here and lighten it up a little bit? Make everybody feel a little bit better about life. Babaloo, come on, you can do it. That's what they're singing down there. Look at it.
That somehow, some way, Elian will be allowed to stay in the United States. Everything here this morning has been very...
Or at least La Cucaracha. Come on, one chorus. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
It's a dirty song.
Hey,
Hey, Neil, how are you?
Yes,
Happy
sir.
New Year.
Great. And back to you.
I was watching the news last night. A Cuban guy said they were going to protest in downtown Miami on Thursday.
Uh-huh.
I have to go down there for work. I mean, what do these people do for a living? How do they make money?
Well, like I said, most of the people that I'm watching now at the INS building, most of them are over the age of 100, and so they're not working people. And, of course, there's a few young punks down there who are taking advantage of the opportunity to go out and screw off and probably unemployed anyway.
Well, maybe what we should do is get these cops from West Palm that seem to be racist and get them down there and beat the hell out of the Cubans down there.
Okay, well, I'll be sure and give me your name and address. Tell them that you suggested it. And phone number. Take his phone number. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Nothing going on. If you're at work, if you're in your car, no reason to panic. Don't get psychotic.
Something's going to go on. If the local media has to guarantee it has to do with themselves, something's going to happen.
Not Channel 7.
Yes. If Rick has to call all his buddies out there, something's going to go on.
Today by INS officials saying, in fact, that the boy's father does have the right to custody of his son.
What a shock, huh? The father's got right to custody of his son. Like that's a shaking revelation. Is there any big news in that?
No.
No. Just common sense. In addition to which, once he goes back there, assuming they can get his ass out of here and send him back there, he's not going to live like other 6-year-old Cuban kids. He's going to be a superstar. They already got all the T-shirts with his picture on. He's going to be elevated to he's going to be bigger than El Duque.
They're going to make a big show.
He'll be. In fact, he might be the successor. He might be the next Dalai Lama.
Well, he is the baby Jesus.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It's the baby Jesus. I know it. He's the baby Jesus. I saw him.
Thank God that we're dealing with rational people here in the middle of this. You know what I'm saying? All rational people. Don't get hysterical and like that. God, this should be our worst problem. You know, this should be the worst goddamn thing that ever happens in our lives. And this kid, he can't lose. I don't want to sound insensitive. He can't lose. Because if he stays here, they're going to make him into a superstar. They'll probably give him his own they'll make a whole big display at Epcot, Alien Land, illegal alien land or something like that. And if he goes back there, like I just said, they're going to treat him he's going to be living high off the hog. He's not going to be eating no rice and beans or whatever the hell it is that they eat over there. What do they eat?
Horse meat, remember?
Well, that's the horse meat, like I said.
It's not like the French, though.
In fact, maybe he was at that restaurant that catered that Christmas. Oh, I'm sorry. That Restaurantes, I'm sorry. The one where you saw the whip marks on the side as soon as you brushed the side. That's what Peter Leonard said. Saw those whip marks. I'd like to see him with whip marks, Oh, God. Probably wouldn't show up, though, against that burgundy skin.
If you hit him hard enough.
Well, let's give it a shot. 3 minutes before noon at 560 WQM.
The Neil Rogers Show. Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Sports Radio 560 WQAM. Miami, Fort Lauderdale.
Well, I woke up with a zit on my nostril. Then I saw it. It was big and round. Man, that damn thing is painful. Don't wanna try to squeeze it. 'Cause it'll hurt. Shouldn't be picking at it. 'Cause it will spurt some yellowish pus from this nasty ass blackhead. I'm dead. Turn around, go back to bed. Don't wanna give it a scratch. I shouldn't give it a pick. 'Cause that'll make it so gigantic. This thing will be the size of a Mack truck. Yes, for sure that this nasty ass blackhead sucks. Now I'm gonna give it a scratch. I'm gonna give it a pick. I don't care if it gets gigantic. The truth is that I just can't stop until I make this big nasty ass blackhead pop.
All right. To the garage at the INS building with a police escort, a garage that's usually off limits to anybody, but people who work for the Immigration Service. Security has been a very strong consideration out here all morning as it became obvious that crowds would assemble to protest the expected decision to send Elian Gonzalez back to Cuba.
Okay, Channel 7, they're on this, they're all over it, man, like stink on Schmidt. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
All right. Just wanted to comment on the situation with the kid on the bicycle.
Yes, sir.
Basically, you know, we don't know what was going through that officer's mind. He's going to have to explain for himself why, you know, he cuffed the kid. But I can't comment on, you know, kids today in society as young as 9 years old are on probation for violent crimes. And, you know, the kids are just getting worse, black, white, or indifferent. You know, you just never know what's going through, you know, one of these kids' minds or even the officer's mind. Maybe he had a bad experience with some kid that, you know, put something in his mind that, you know, he just feels that may have been the right thing to do at that point.
I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I'm just not buying it. I think it's an overreaction. Maybe, you know, when all of it comes out after the big lawsuit is filed, which I'm sure that there will be one.
Oh, I'm sure there's definitely going to be some
Right.
repercussions, you know, on his end, you know, for cuffing a 9-year-old child.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, you never know what went through his mind at that point. You know,
And I'll guarantee, and I can assure you, by the way, that he didn't know that he was being videotaped.
Oh, sure.
Just like all the other videotapes that they're always showing on TV where they made Fox has made entire programs out of them where cops are brutalizing people, usually black, by the way, or usually very young, and in this case, both.
Oh, sure. I mean, it's always going to go on that things are going to get videotaped, and, you know, situations are going to get videotaped that do go wrong, and, you know, it's just something that he's going to have to explain for himself in the future in a court case. That's basically what it's going to boil down to.
I say give him $10 million and just, you know, call it even.
Basically, yeah. I mean, you might as well call it a loss because any which way you slice it, you know, he's going to wind up on the losing end.
Okay.
Okay.
Have a great day.
You too, sir.
5670560, pound 560. See, Neil always takes the position opposite the cops. You notice? That's right. Just like those cops that were banging those 16-year-old girls down there in Kendall. Cover up, just like this FBI thing. It all smells the same. It's all the same garbage. And for every bad cop that they catch with the drugs and the murders and all the other stuff, the Miami River cops, all these different cases, for every one that they catch, there's how many hundreds of them that they don't catch doing all of this stuff. Just like the pot police. And just like that story that I read this morning from Joe Zagacki. Boy, I sure hope I didn't toss that away. Oh, God. Please tell me I didn't do that. About Ken Jenny. Oh, here it is. In case you missed this, this is much bigger news, okay? The big adult business, the adult supermarket, the sex supermarket that they put on the corner of Broward and Northwest 25th Avenue, one short block east of the BS headquarters, Ultimate Adult Video. And it says we've got at least 10 deputies a day, the owner, Peter Pash, says. They're among our best clients. Some of them come in uniform. I guess that's a play on words. Squirt, squirt. Some of them come in their uniforms and their patrol cars. Usually they're big on sex toys, condoms, and videos. How do you like that? Because they're people in a uniform. I know that comes as a great shock, like athletes and everybody else in uniforms. America's got this obsession, in fact, maybe the whole world, with people in uniforms. Like somehow they're, or, you know, it's like the church with their outfits on. I hate to break the news to you, but when everybody's naked, it's usually not a pretty sight. When you take the uniforms off, they all pretty much look the same. Yeah, we all pretty much look like crap. And even if they look good naked, believe me, the uniform adds nothing except the mystique. So here we got the same sheriff who's busy trying to close down every adult establishment in Broward County and raiding the swing clubs and everything else he can do, Mr. Anti-Sex, Mr. Rudy Giuliani Jr. And they build this big joint like a short block away. And his people are going in there, and they're some of the best customers. And you want to know why they're some of the best customers? Because, number one, they're horny, and number two, they know they're not going to get busted. How do you like that? They're not going to get busted. Who's going to bust them when they go in there in uniform?
Didn't some other cops get busted at the swing club?
But they weren't in uniform.
BSO.
Huh?
They weren't BSO, were they? They were from, like, other departments, other precincts.
And they also didn't have a badge on their so they couldn't tell. If they would have had their badge number tattooed on their then they would have known. Left them alone with their bone. Well, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, nice babaloo to you today.
Babaloo.
Hey, I was just catching that feeding frenzy going on all over the news today about this whole Elian thing.
See.
You know, this is just another way to prove how screwed up this town is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, I wanted to touch base on a couple of other things. As far
Although
as
it is refreshing to see all these white people in that neighborhood for a change, so that's kind of interesting.
No, anyway.
Oh, there she is. Wait.
Here in South Florida, others who say that he does belong with his father. Again,
Oh, I see.
pictures now.
We're not hearing what she's saying. They got Ileana Rosanna Dano Leighton on there. She just sends me that bitch.
Yeah, she's getting like attacked by all these. She's getting mobbed by all these reporters all over her.
Yeah.
Anyway,
she's going. Bap, 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 bap. She makes me puke. But anyway.
I was referring to the show when you were doing it with no calls.
Yes.
I actually like it with the calls for two reasons. Because you'll either get really good calls every once in a while, or you get these really outrageous, stupid calls, which are just hilarious.
Yeah.
So, and one more thing, George, I feel your pain, man. I grew up in a terrible neighborhood, got my bike stolen by 3 black kids, too.
There you go.
So I feel your pain, brother.
I think that cop may have had a good point up there, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, have a great day.
Have a good day, Neil.
Isn't that what I said before?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think he had a good point. That kid might have been an ass murderer. He might have been kin to OJ for all we know. He might have even known and Pedro Guerrero for all we know. Let's play that by Karen Carpenter. What do you say, for all we know?
No.
567-0560, pound 560. You know, the more I think about it, I did like a lot of their music, but she had a really morbid voice. Maybe that's why she stopped eating and croaked, you know? She had a good voice, but morbid.
It was low, most
low.
high.
Low, like, kind of like that.
Okay,
Yeah.
it was different.
No, I do like their music, but she was morbid. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, and the out-of-town line, silent, dormant, dead as... I'm not wasting my time with that number, okay? You know the number to you guys, all right? Palm Beach County, Fort Myers, Fort Pierce, whatever. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Yeah, instead of sitting there at the parade, all these people should be working.
Yeah.
See or no?
Most of them are too old to be working, pal.
Well, then they should be too old to
They should be in a nursing home, right?
Exactly.
Uh-huh.
I mean, all those people out there, what are they going to prove? They're going to do nothing. They should be doing something more in the
Constructive
community.
with their lives. They should be at a hospital visiting some sick people.
No, they shouldn't be doing
Why not?
Well, I mean...
Why should they be going to the hospital visiting some sick people some sick kids in a hospital? Taking them some bananas and cookies and stuff. And some beans and rice. And horse meat. 567-0560, pound 560 on the 18. And like I said, it's a much ado. There's 3 cops, 3 City of Miami porker. There's a fourth one. There's 4 porkers there. They got the street blocked off right there at the corner. There's Wendy's, by the way. George, take a look on Channel 7. There's Wendy's.
I can't.
Why not?
I don't have the cable in here.
Oh. Like I said, there's Wendy's on the corner of Biscayne and the 79th, the one that you like so much, and it's daylight. I wouldn't go down there for a burger right now, but nevertheless.
They were very nice about making it without the bun, by the way, they remember?
Yeah. And we got, I would say, that its crowd is maybe now 300 people.
Wow.
Yeah, no big timmers, and nothing's going on, and they're like milling around and walking around, and of course they're waiting for the official announcement, and that's when they're going to start going like that, ballistic.
Oh no, oi.
Or they don't say oi, they say oye. I'm sorry.
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
I've got 2 sets of lips.
Well there, Georgie Jr. Nice to be out here fishing with you. Looks like you pretty much got the election won. I gotta ask, how'd you do it, son?
Oh, hey, Dad, it was easy. I just listened to my advisor.
The ones that used to be my advisor?
That's right, Daddy. Same one.
Huh. Well, what'd they tell you to do, George W.?
They said, read my lips. Drink Bush Light.
Bush Light?
Uh-huh. It has all the fame and fortune of my good family name without any of that unwanted specific content or substantive insight into my vision for the nation.
Huh. Good boy. You're going to make a fine listener at cabinet meetings.
Looking for popularity without having to actually express any real political agenda? Want to win it all without ever actually saying what you're thinking? Try Bush Light.
Just a few sips, and I find I'm not bothered with thinking at all.
Bush Light almost looks like the original, but it's not.
I believe that the most important aspect of a good foreign policy is being able to have a policy regarding foreign affairs. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Bush Light.
Bush Light, for the candidate who has it all and did nothing to get there.
Perfecto. It's 12:14 at 560 WQM. Hank Goldberg at Shula's today at 2 o'clock. Book Shabby at 6. Then we got that Hurricane basketball at 7:30. Panthers at the Mighty Ducks. 10 o'clock pregame tonight. You're going to be listening, huh?
No.
Going to be watching?
No.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Uh-oh.
The result, INS met twice with the father in Cuba and separately with the great-uncle and the lawyers in Miami.
This is Doris Meisner.
After careful evaluation of the relevant facts, INS has determined that Mr. Juan Gonzalez of Cuba has the sole legal authority to speak on behalf of his son, Elian, regarding Elian's immigration status in the United States. There is no question that Mr. Gonzalez is Elian's father.
Ay, Papa Juan Pablo.
Moreover, Mr. Gonzalez has had a close and continuous personal relationship with his son. During INS's interviews with Elian's father, the father provided vivid details about his parental relationship with his son and about the nature of the bond that they share as father and son. He provided extensive documentation about Elian's schooling and his medical and health histories, as well as photographs depicting the activities in which he and his other family members frequently participated with Elian. The scope of information and the level of detail that Mr. Gonzalez provided helped inform INS as to the nature and the closeness of the relationship Mr. Gonzalez shared with his son. INS has not uncovered any information that might call into question Mr. Gonzalez's parental and legal rights with regard to Elian's immigration status. During INS's 2 meetings with Mr. Gonzalez, his wishes for Elian were discussed at some length. The father made it very clear during both of these meetings that he wants Elian returned to him as soon as possible. Based on these meetings, INS believes that the father is expressing his true wishes, and therefore we have determined that Elian should be reunited with his father, Mr. Juan Gonzalez. INS has advised both Mr. Gonzalez and Elian's great uncle in Miami of the decision.
Didn't he get traded,
and
by the way,
is
Juan
prepared
Gonzalez?
to work with all the parties involved to make the appropriate arrangements for Elian's return to his father by January 14, 2000. Having reached a decision, INS believes there are several ways this decision can be carried out.
Yes.
The United States has discussed with the government of Cuba their consideration of allowing Mr. Gonzalez, Elian's father, to travel to the United States to accompany Elian home. INS has also offered Elian's great uncle in Miami and any member of his Miami family an opportunity to escort Elian back to Cuba. In addition, third parties have offered to assist in facilitating Elian's return to his father. INS is ready to work with the family and others to make appropriate arrangements for Elian to be reunited with his father. We believe that this decision can be carried out without INS's taking charge of Elian. This decision has been based on the facts and the law. Both United States and international law recognize the unique relationship between parent and child. And family reunification has long been a cornerstone of both American immigration law and INS practice. It is our hope that with the knowledge of today's decision, the Miami relatives will agree to cooperate and work together with either Elian's father or a third party to facilitate Elian's return to his father. This little boy, who has been through so much, belongs with his father. We urge everyone involved to understand, respect, and uphold the bond between parent and child and the laws of the United States. Thank you very much.
Doris Meisner of the INS, there it is, okay? And, of course, now in the crowd out there, they're all going like that. As expected, 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Lighthouse Point. Hello.
Yeah, hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
If cooler heads had prevailed on both sides of the straits, this whole situation would have offered a perfect opportunity to resolve this Cuban-American crisis that's been going on for the last 20 years.
And what would that be, sir?
Okay, first, Elian stays and his father comes over here. In exchange for that, we lift the trade embargo in its entirety with
sure.
Cuba.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Then, after that, we encourage the owners of both the American and National League teams to establish baseball.
Okay. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Let me start by saying that I'm a native Miamian.
I'm so sorry.
Well,
I apologize.
oh my! I am so pissed off, and I've had enough of this crap. Did you see the Herald?
Yes.
The front page crap.
Mm-hmm.
Where the Brothers to the Rescue leader was pinning the wings of something on this idiot that flew the airplane over to Havana last weekend.
Yeah.
What kind of crap is that? Are we supposed to think that that's a medal of honor, like the Purple Heart the government would bestow upon somebody that does something good?
Evidently.
What kind of crap is that? Crap.
It's their special brand of crap. You should know what kind of crap it is. We've been connected to it for a long time now, over and over again.
And the Herald endorses it like it's like we're all supposed to say, oh my God, what a great brave guy this guy was. He was a freaking lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I got to say.
Okay, good luck, pal. Go kiss a manatee. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Doris Meisner has spoken from the INS. By 9 days from now, Elian should be back in Cuba with Daddy. And by the way, there will be a lot worse places in the world that he could be than there. I know that comes as a shock to some people in this audience. There would be a lot of worse places that he could be, like in Haiti, for example, or in La República Dominicana, or like in Nicaragua, or like in Mexico. I can think of so many other places where he'd live in much, much worse poverty, and especially in light of the fact that now that he's been made a cause celeb, mostly by people over here who gave them the opportunity, as always, give Castro the opportunity to make a big PR move and make a big stink in a song and a dance, and he did. And encouraged, and the word we're looking for is coerced, and encouraged all those people to go out there and protest and wear the Elian T-shirts and the signs, et cetera, and so on. And there you go. And so now he's going to be the king of the universe, Melech HaOlam. And he ain't even Jewish. What's with the line 3, by the way? Is that line working or something? Kind of funky. A little worried about this phone. A little concerned. We've had too many days in a row, although we did have that line 7 thing on Monday. That was good. Here's a call from the Grove. Hello.
Hello, God.
Yes, sir. Speaking.
About Elian?
See.
Why don't you go back to Cuba, you stick bastard? Why don't you...
Oh my God! They're playing our material to us on the.
Why don't you go back to Cuba, you stick bastard?
There you go. All right, excellent try there, sir. But the quality of our stuff, it's not very good equipment here, but
why don't you go back to Cuba, you stick bastard?
There we go. And while we're at it, by the way.
Regresa a Canadá, judío bastardo.
There you go. Here's a mobile implantation. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know what really gets me?
What frosts your ass, sir?
Okay, these Cubans come over here. They're robbing us. They come over here. They work for 10 years, and they get Social Security. You and I bust our ass for 40 years, and we get Social Security. They come over here, work 10, 15, 20.
Okay, nice knowing you, George.
I don't have cellulite.
Oh, okay. George is an exception. He has no cellulite on his fat.
Rectum.
Okay. But this guy's going to come over and check, I think. 5670560, 560 on the 8. Did you sense that the people here are a little frustrated with this crap?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Now, I do want to say in all fairness, because I am objective and I try to be fair, even though sometimes I fail very badly, but nevertheless, there aren't any more people out there right now, it doesn't look like to me, on the corner of Biscayne and 79 than there were the Haitians a couple of days ago who had a legitimate complaint, had a legitimate grievance, and who were peaceful and were not obnoxious, and they made their demonstration, and that was it. And there are people out there right now, and they're standing around, and mostly Cuban flags and one American flag, and a couple of people are like that. And that's it.
It has been made. We understand that there are calls for people to go to Elian's house and form a human chain around the house and then to continue demonstrating tomorrow. Elian's Miami relatives have not yet emerged from the immigration building. They came here shortly after 11 o'clock. INS.
In other words, the message is forget about the INS, forget about the law, forget about what the courts will say, which they will say something. Forget about the law. We want it this way, and like a bunch of spoiled little children, we're going to make it happen, and you're going to do it our way or something. Let me say it again. I live in Broward County. All right.
Me too.
1225 at 560 WQAM. Just keep in mind, by the way, one more good reason to live in Broward County or someplace besides Dade.
Only in the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Does this crap go on?
Ed Kaplan knows the scores. Starting at 10 till the last game ends. Weeknights only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Firefighters remain perched high on these long ladders, hoses in hand.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Hey, President Trump here. Well, technically I'm not president yet, but realistically you know I'm going to win. Face it, I've got the personality, and if that don't do it, I'll make a couple of calls. I know some people. Anyways, the future First Lady would like to say a few words.
I'd like to have more of the diamonds for my necklace, please.
Yeah, in a minute, baby. Anyway, here's what you call my platform. My first order of business when elected will be to change the height-weight chart for women to consider all women under 6 feet tall and over 106 pounds to be deemed medically obese and therefore sent to an island for fat people where they will have to kill and cook their own food. That should teach them.
My diamonds, I am not saying.
Yeah, whatever. Just a second. Now, my second order of business is going to be to legalize gambling in all 51 states. That's right, 51. See, effective immediately after the guy in the robe swears me in, I'll be acquiring Cuba, calling it the Free Republic of Trump-Donia. Oh, and I'm going to make the White House much, much taller, so it'll become the tallest residential building in the world.
Trumpy, I want to be pleased to go to Tiffany's now.
Yeah. I'd love to stay and chat about being president, but I have to go have sex with my supermodel girlfriend now. God bless these United States of America.
The proceeding was paid for by thousands of compulsive gamblers sitting in front of one-armed bandits at Trump's Taj Mahal.
12:30 at 560 WQM. We got Hank at Shula Steak 2 at 2 o'clock today. Word has it, rumor I just heard is that Hank's going to be doing a half-hour apology to that that nice lady. You know, the one that Cecil Collins just wanted to get a look at. That's the rumor that I'm hearing. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's West Palm Beach. Hello. West Palm. What the hell happened to that line? Hello?
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I don't know how in the world I'll be able to top the last two callers, man. They were great. I think your finger's getting too slow for the dump button for that last guy. A couple of weeks ago, we were talking about the police corruption and stuff.
Yeah.
This isn't as bad, but I was at Publix, and a off-duty cop came pulling up in his cop car into the fire lane, jumped out to do his dry cleaning, right?
Yes, sir.
If it was us, we'd be ticketed, correct?
Okay, thanks. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. You see the important things that these people are worried about?
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ. Wow. And you cops out there, but of course he probably was at that adult store, you know. Maybe he came in his uniform. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How you doing today?
Okay.
Listen, I'm curious about something, what your opinion is. As far as, like...
What's my take on it? Yeah.
When we had the impeachment hearings, and he was charged with high crimes and high crimes and treason.
And misdemeanor, yeah.
Yeah, what was that all about? Now the Cuban community...
It was about blowjobs.
Yeah, what was it? Now the Cuban community screaming about treason in this country, speaking against the government and protesting, blocking the roads, causing all types of civil disobedience. Why do they not get charged with crimes?
Because they got the keys to the kingdom.
Yeah, but I mean, the Republicans...
In addition to which, what do the Cubans know about blowjobs anyway?
The Democrats are going to pay for about this kid, about Elian. The Democrats are going to pay. What type of What type of rationale is that?
Don't you understand? You're dealing with right-wing, one-note Charlies. I mean, why do you sound so confused about it? Like this is like something new.
Because this is the United States of America.
Yeah.
This is the United States of America.
Well, just keep saying, go out there on the corner of Biscayne and 79th with your American flag and keep saying, this is the United States of America. Keep saying it over and over again, okay, because I don't have time for it. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T. This is a police state, you clown, you silly person, you. This is a freaking police state. And whoever's got the keys to the kingdom, whoever's paying off the right people, whoever's got the politicians and the judges in their pockets, they're the ones that get the action, period. Jesus Christ, grow up, pal. Come into the 21st century, please, before it's too late. Wake up and smell stink the daffodils. Take a stench of it. Here's a mobile in Miami Lakes. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy your show. Fortunately, I haven't been able to hear it today, but I just got home, turned on the television, see on every channel you're getting all this stuff, and just heard the announcement from the INS. You know, fortunately, they did the right thing here. This was a no-brainer. The kid needs to be reunited with his father.
Of course.
What would be funny, and this has been kind of a funny thing through the whole thing, is for the father to fly over, you reunite with his son as he should, and then decide, hey, I want to stay.
Yeah, but see, I've thought that too. But the problem with that is, if that's going to happen, then that's a very bad precedent.
Well, it is a bad precedent, but it would be a little funny. I mean, this whole thing has been kind of a political, I don't know what you would call it.
In addition to which, that would certainly precipitate some kind of international tension. I'm not saying we're going to have a war over it, but it would certainly create a very bad scenario between the two countries.
It might.
Not that it's so great right now, but it would make it a lot worse.
It would make it a lot worse, but it would be kind of funny and ironic. If this guy comes over.
I don't think it would be funny at all. I think what ought to happen is what's supposed to happen, and that the kid gets
sent back
over
there. Well, they did the
there.
right thing, and for once they did the right thing. I mean, whatever the Cuban exile.
In addition to which, look at how many people are in Cuba right now will never get to Disneyland.
Well, they got to build better boats. I don't know. I love you, Neil. Thanks, buddy.
And have a great
you
day.
keep it up.
No, what we have to do is not have better boats, but a better immigration policy. That's what we need to do. Like I said yesterday, enough already. Cut the crap. Just say no, and then they won't come. If you say yes, then they'll come. If you say no, then they'll stop coming. And this toe-on, toe-out policy, this is just the craziest thing in the history of mankind, which is why you saw that desperate thing we had months and months ago where we had the Coast Guard with a goddamn pepper spray, and they're trying desperately to get the last few yards to shore, and the Coast Guard is holding them out there. It's just a pile of crap.
That's like the don't ask, don't tell policy.
Exactly. Maricon.
Make up your mind already.
Are they in or are they out? That's the question. Here's a mobile in Little Havana. Hello.
What's up, Neil?
How you doing, sir?
I'd like to thank you for separating the right-wing, nutty, crazy, old, domino-playing Cubans from the law-abiding.
Yeah, there are only 200 or 300 people out there, and then of course once the Radio Mambi and these other stations and the Brothers to the Rescue get other people whipped up, it'll be the usual same 1,000 or 2,000 people, and the rational people, which is the overwhelming majority, they're embarrassed and humiliated by this. They don't want any part of it.
Absolutely. I just want to let that little population know that I live in Little Havana, and I have a really crappy car, so if you're blocking my way home, I will run into you.
I hear you got bad brakes too, is what I hear.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to give those pedestrians a break when you don't have any, you know? That's right. Oops, sorry. I wanted to stop, but 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
God, I just saw on the news about this INS decision. The thing that worries me is now we got to go through all these stupid protests again, and they're going to be tying up traffic. They're going to be making these human chains across
they want to make a human chain around the house. How do you like that?
Yeah, that's wonderful. You know, it's like, what right do these people think they have and to keep this kid away from his natural father? That's what I don't understand. It's not about that.
Don't confuse them with the facts. In other words, they have spoken. They've made their decision of what has to happen. And the kid is just they don't care about the kid. They don't care about the kid. They don't care about the father. All they care about is making another goddamn one of their hysterical statements. You see, we stuck it to Castro again. Stuck it to Castro. That's all they care about.
It's a political ploy.
I'm so sick and tired of goddamn Fidel Castro. I just want to puke.
I can't take it anymore. I was born and raised here. I grew up in North Miami, and I can't take it anymore.
You and me both.
Got to get the hell out.
I'll see you in Broward.
All right, take
Bye-bye.
care.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to get nervous or anything, but we are going to be building a wall at the Dade-Broward line right there at the Golden Glades interchange. We're going to be building a gigantic wall there very soon with barbed wire, with charged barbed wire. And that's just the way it is. Okay, don't take it personally, I mean, unless you want to, but we are going to be building a gigantic, in fact, the remnants of the Berlin Wall that they've been selling in those souvenir shops, they are going to be shipping all those remnants in here from the Berlin Wall and building
They did it with the London Bridge.
Exactly. Or maybe just the Brooklyn Bridge. They're still singing the Gulfstream every now and then.
Maybe we could get some of those commie Krauts to guard it, too.
50s and 60s groups. What is it?
We could get some of those commie Krauts to guard the wall.
Sure.
They're out of a job.
No problem. 22 before 1 at 5. Oh, here, what's this sign? Oh, it says Maricon. No tienes Mari. It does. www.maricon. Something like that. You think I'm joking?
Sports Radio 960 QAM.
Agárrala bien, Junior.
Anyone bent over a chair looks the same to me.
Rectum.
Outside of something hanging down there, their back is all I can see. If you're just a little bit too tight for me, I'll use some KY jelly and inside I'll be. What's it matter who you do if they can't see you when they're taking it up the tube? Anyone bent over a chair could be a girl or guy.
Yes.
As long as there's not too much hair, then it should feel fine.
Yeah.
Every time I see a brown eye smiling, I'm riding from behind and slipping inside. The only thing that shrinks me down from getting hard is when the other one farts. Bend over the chair, I don't care, spread your legs apart.
Salvemos a Elian.
Bend over the chair, I don't care, spread your legs apart.
That's what the one sign said in red, no less. Salvemos a Elian. Come on, let's go. What do you say? Come on. Oh! 18 till 1 at 560 WQM. Here's a fax that says a Channel 7 reporter at the INS. Oh, you wouldn't believe who this is from, by the way, but I won't say it on the air to protect his safety. A Channel 7 reporter at the INS protest quoted one woman as saying, "We built Miami, we'll destroy Miami," regarding her dismay at the Elian decision. Guess what, lady? It's too late. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Westchester. Hello.
Neil.
Yes, sir.
How are you? This is Julio, born in Tampa, Florida, and I'm a firm believer in all the aspects of all the Cubans that are here in Miami, but unfortunately on this one I don't agree with them. It's simple principles. You cannot take a child away from a parent if they are alive.
Mm-hmm.
If the situation was that that his father also died, and then there's no questions about it.
Right.
But in this case, he has to be returned to his only other parent who is alive. I am a Cuban. I was born here in Tampa. I play dominoes. I smoke cigars, but I'm a pure believer of what this country stands for. And this is something that we do have to. That unfortunately, it is an unfortunate matter. Things are really bad in Cuba. Even though I think it's not as bad as everybody. As all the Cubans. Have it out to be.
I'll tell you one thing. Elian's got a lot better chance of surviving in school every day than he has going to school in the U.S. At least he isn't going to get shot in school over there.
Well, yeah, that is.
Yeah.
That's one thing that
something to think about.
Yeah, but it's true. I agree with you, but I am a firm believer of all the other. Us Cubans have gone through a bunch of crap here in the States. So ever since the big bearded man has been around.
Okay, well listen,
all right,
maybe he'll wake up with wild diarrhea tomorrow. Have a great day, pal.
Take care.
56705. Come on, let's have a curse on Fidel for wild screaming diarrhea. Huh? Come on, let's go. He's full of it. He'll probably be on that pot for days before he finally. But Elvis, don't forget, the king died on the throne.
Absolutely correct, sir.
What is it? Yeah, get Peter Leonard over there with a care package for Fidel. Wow. Here's Miami Shores. Hello. Miami Shores.
Yeah, hi, how you doing?
Yes, sir, good.
Yeah, I hate to say I was one of those people down there at the 79th Street, standing there with all those second-class citizens, and I think that's all they'll ever be.
But what I don't understand. What does that mean?
All those Cubans, I think they're all second-class citizens.
Well, why are you standing there?
Standing there with their green cards. I think it's a ridiculous situation.
You just said I was one of the people there.
I was driving by. I got out of my car, and I just was anxious to see what was going on. I'm hoping this kid goes back tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think he belongs with his...
Well, let me ask you, what is going on? Because I'm watching it on TV for the last 2 hours here. I don't see much of anything going on.
You play it on the radio all the time. They're going, yak, 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 yak.
Like that?
It's really ridiculous. I mean, these people...
I mean, most of the people I'm looking at right now, they're just standing there doing nothing. They got their hands in their pockets, feeling the change, and there's a couple of Cuban flags up in the air, and the American flag is gone.
Well, I think everybody down there holding those Cuban flags up should be on that plane with Elian going back to Cuba.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it.
Okay.
You're in the United States. Be proud of where you are.
Comunista, right.
You know, I talked to some people while they're having interviews, and I shouted out, speak English. I feel as long as they continue to speak their Spanish language and carry those Cuban flags or whatever flags they carry, they're only going to be second-class citizens.
Okay, third time in your round. 5670560, pound 5. Did he say second-class citizens?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he said that. Pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. The out-of-town line is they're uninterested. They don't care about this stuff, you know. It doesn't affect them. They're just glad it's us and not them. They're used to that. And so are we. 877-785-6345. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello. Hey, what's up, Neil?
Yes, sir.
You know what really bugs me is that for every irrational Cuban there is in Miami, you have some ignorant bigot like the guy who just called.
Mm-hmm.
Listen to me, Neil. I think I have a solution.
He didn't really say second-class citizen, did he? Was that my imagination?
It might have been your imagination. I don't know. I think I got a solution. What we do is we have Hermanos al Rescate fly, and what's the kid's name?
Elian,
yeah, whatever. We have them fly him for the weekend to visit his dad, so he gets visitation rights, and then he goes to school here.
Uh-huh.
So that way, you know, both people are happy.
Yeah, he flies him back and forth. He can spend the weekend over there and go to school here, yeah.
There you go.
Uh-huh.
All right,
and
Neil.
maybe they'll let that priest from over there come here, too, and I'll keep him away is my best advice.
All right, Neil.
Hey,
you're the best.
All right.
Take it easy.
I am. 5670560, pound 560. And by the way, Channel 10, you know, this, I forgot to mention this before. This really frosts my ass. See, who else are they going to go to? Is there any other live talk show in this town right now talking about...
No.
No. In fact, is there any other, they got Jim Rome, talking to another guy in one of their syndicated shows with his .1, whatever he's got. This is it. This is it. And Channel 10, where they hate me like poison, by the way, and they got the chutzpah to call George, can they come over with a camera and tape while I'm taking these calls on this issue we got? And the answer, of course, is no. Get out of here. Go away. Go dig up Ann Bishop's body and have fun with it, okay? Just get out of my face. Despise me over there at Channel 10. They hate me like poison. And they got the chutzpah to call. I'm going to let them come over here and do their media circus on this show? No. So they must be really frustrated, and they'll be spending all their time over there at Radio Mambi playing all those hysterical calls, all of that crap that we've heard 50 million times before. To you, Channel 10. Okay, that's my best message to you, all right? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. My name's Eric. How you doing? Calling about that guy who called about the second-class citizen thing.
Did he really say that 3 or 4 times?
I don't know.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, where's he from? I mean, I'm sure he wasn't born in the here in the U.S. as well. But
who knows?
In regards to the whole thing that's going on with Elian and INS and its decision, being of Cuban parents and born here in the U.S., and you're right, I'm not going to be one of the people out there demonstrating, but I do believe that at the same time we got to look at the situation in Cuba and everything that's being plotted out there and all the theater work that he's putting together, picking up factory workers in buses and having them demonstrate and giving them no other choice, leading to the fact that, you know, let's not forget what we're here, why we're all here at the U.S. is because we got freedom of choice to speak, right, and say what we believe.
Yeah, to a point.
Right, to a point. And I think that the fairest thing would be to let if Fidel is not that scared of anything happening, they should let him come pick up his child here so he can fly home safely with his kid, wouldn't you think?
No, they said they're not opposed to doing that as long as the guarantee is that the kid will be released. But you see, when you have hysterical people threatening to block that and to form a human chain around the house, we're going to have problems.
Oh, definitely. Well, I'm a betting man that if he lets his father and any grandparents come here to pick him up, there's no way they're going back. That's my opinion. I'm not sure that's everybody's opinion, but that's the way I feel.
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see. In fact, Ed Kaplan's going to have the overs and unders on that tonight.
You know, I'm here in my favorite place, having my secret hiding place, having my lunch, watching my stock market, smoking my cigar, and
all right.
And I'm having people, you know, all these channels be taken up by this whole Elian thing.
Exactly, pisses you off. Okay, let's hope it's over by a guiding light time. Have a great day, pal.
You too, bud.
Better be over by guiding light time. I'm going to be pissed off. Will it be over?
No.
Bastards. And you're right. You people are right with the satellite dishes. Thank God for those affiliates from the rest of the world, from living and breathing places. Because when you're stuck with local affiliates, like every other week, we got another one of these crazy... Oh, here we go. Now everything has been saved. Here comes the Rebbe.
Boy.
Here comes the lawyer with a schmat on his head, the Orthodox Yid, whatever his name is. Oh, my God. Rabbi Beans and Rice. Oh, get him out of here. Kasachois, Rebbe. Boy, I just look at him, and everything that I despise about Orthodox Jews just comes right welling up into my mind. Forget about the odor. Here's a Mobile and Homestead. Hello. Mobile and Homestead.
Yeah, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm very discouraged about these Cubans that have left Cuba with their tail between their legs. They're
There's
basically
Mark
cowards.
Potter. I wonder how she's doing. Yes, sir?
Basically cowards.
Yeah.
I'm in the military. I've done my thing for the country. You're standing to fight that kind of abuse. Castro should be out of power, and that's the end of it. You don't run from a problem, you solve it.
Right. I think we're going to send brothers to the rescue down there this weekend to kick his ass.
That ain't going to work.
Good luck, pal.
It has got nothing to do with the people that are here and born here, though.
And Alba
Cuban-Americans
66
have had no choice in the matter. But the Cubans that have run, there's just no excuse in this.
Okay.
Bye.
Arrivederci. Good luck to you. 5670560. Anybody else out there got this stomach flu? That's today's the beginning of my third week, although it's not too bad right at the moment. It's because of all these phenomenal calls and the fact that we're so lucky to live in such a great place. You know what I'm saying? That we just get beaten over the head with this over and over again. I wonder what it is. Did we do something evil sometime in our life to deserve this? Yeah. That must be it. Just think back to all the rotten things you've done in life, because that's why we're all here, to deserve this never-ending cacophony of swill. Here's a Mobile in Miramar. Hello.
Yeah, hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was calling about this situation with this crazy pilot flying over there.
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell does he think he is?
Crazy pilot.
Flying over, the Chinese pilot flying over there like some hero.
Mm-hmm. Well, Korea, China, you know, put a different slant on it.
Yeah. I'm a native Floridian, and I just can't believe what's going on here.
Well, this is only the beginning. Don't forget, they just made the announcement 40 minutes ago, and this is only the beginning.
Right.
We'll see how many crazy people the Spanish language radio stations can whip up in the next couple of days.
Exactly. You know what, Neil? The best thing he could do was the crazy pilot. Maybe he'll hijack a bigger plane, bring all the brothers to the rescue with him,
Yeah.
get it over there in Cuba. Maybe Castro will force it to the ground. Or
Drop them
maybe
all off at Guantanamo sounds good to me, and see how they fend for
exactly.
themselves.
And maybe
Give
Joe
them a couple of pea
Zagacki.
shooters.
Maybe he could bring Joe Zagacki up in the cockpit. With
Now
him.
you're talking. There's a man who knows how to fly a rescue plane if there ever was one. Oh, sorry, Joe. That was bad. Was that a low blow?
Uh-huh.
Too bad. See, that was a really bizarre period of time because they had, we had the Hurricane Andrew and all the terrible things that happened, and the people in South Dade were desperate, and Joe Zagacki with the best of intentions, and wasn't his wife on there too? No? Or wasn't he married then? Who did he marry?
He was married then.
But she wasn't on the helicopter.
No.
But there were two other people. Remember, we were sitting there peeing in our pants at IOD because there were three people on the plane, of which he was one, on a helicopter, bringing rescue stuff to,
Plane.
Wasn't it a helicopter?
No.
Was it a plane? Well, whatever the hell it was. And anyway, they were bringing supplies to the people down there in Homestead and South Dade. And the plane crashed, and we've got the word two people are dead. It crashed.
Right. We were getting spoon-fed the information. As a matter of fact, while we were getting the information, his wife was on the other line with me, and I had to spoon-feed her the information.
And, of course, the one person who survived was
Joe Zagacki.
And, of course, at the station, there were a lot of mixed emotions. And then, like a week or two later, he got canned. That was bad. That was really bad. I mean,
Hey, they waited for him to heal up.
At least waited a month, for Christ's sakes. The guy's doing a good deed. Even though he doesn't have a personality, he's got a face like a prune, like a sucked prune. But Christ Almighty was trying to do something good and worthwhile. And they don't even wait until the goddamn sores are healed up on his rectum. And they fire his ass. Boy. Of course, you know who is waiting in the wings, don't you? With his restaurantes. Remember that restaurantes Inferno? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's North Miami Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
Pretty good.
Hey,
That's what Jeff Cohen had, I think. Yes?
Do any of these exiles have a job? I mean, are they just can go out there anytime and protest?
I guess they're
are
just
they proving that they're useful?
They're professional agitators, is what it is.
And I know they call themselves exiles. Does this mean when Castro's out of power, do they all intend to go back? Are there going to be a lot of open real estate in Miami?
No, that's right. They're just waiting for that moment, man.
And they're all going to leave.
They're going to be on a first big rubber raft
Hey,
going
I'm
back.
not from here. I came down here from Philly because I like the warm weather, not really because
Yeah.
I like to speak Spanish or anything. But, you know, the mayor's up there. You remember Mayor Frank Rizzo? I don't know if you're familiar with him.
Do I remember him? Of course.
He doesn't take that.
He didn't take any crap.
And Wilson
He would have had
the
the Godfather. He'd have had Don Corleone in from New York to go out on the streets and take care of this.
maybe we'll get elect Mayor Wilson Good to come here and bomb it like he did the move.
Okay, have a great day, pal. See, it's those Philly people, man. They're brutal. They're just brutal. Probably a Philly sports fan. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. You know, those Philly sports fans. That's what Zimfer says about him every damn time. See, I almost did that to myself again. I keep doing it. Am I ever going to learn or what?
No. Wake up with the first team. Joe Rose, Jeff DeForest, and Steve Goldstein.
No.
Weekday mornings at 6. Only on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Sports Radio 560.
Oh!
WQAM.
What?
Fort Lauderdale.
Hey, buttheads, it's a 1 to 2 hour.
Another football playing bully. Plays for the Cleveland Browns. He got a tag in his eye and he lost his mind and threw the referee off the ground. So they kept him out of the game. And pending further review, to say all is well or he'll go to hell, it's all up to Taglia, boo-boo-boo. Now he'd be mad, Orlando Brown, throwing the referee on the ground, being an NFL jock. Did you never hear the jail cell lock?
Yeah.
Every sports franchise never met a criminal they didn't like. Now if you can catch the ball or run with the ball and rape a murder, that'd be alright. As long as they can fill the bleachers and sell out Sunday's game. Who cares who gets money long as they're making money and the lemons like you do the wave? He be mad, Orlando Brown, throwing the referee on the ground. Being an NFL job means you never hear the jail cell lock. Being an NFL job means you never hear the jail cell lock.
All right. 1 o'clock at 560 WQAM. They're out there. It looks like a lot fewer people, by the way. Am I dreaming? Well, that's right. You can't see it.
They have Univision on the satellite. Every time they show it, it looks like 50 people.
Yeah.
No more than 100.
I would say that at the tops it was like 250, maybe 300 at one point, but now it looks like it's kind of diminished. They made the announcement, and standing out there is going to change nothing, and it looks greatly diminished because now there's room like on the sidewalk right there. In fact, there's room to get your way over to Wendy's. Or just hop across the street there and go down to Flores.
Maybe that's where they all went.
To get a slice? Huh? Maybe they went to get sliced. 5, 6, 7. Oh, there. Now, where's this? Come on, focus that camera. Focus the camera, you assholes. What's that?
She's also been speaking for the INS. For the most part, she was run out of the crowd. She's been out across. She's now across the street, and you can see some of the crowd has spilled over. There's a little bit of what appears to be tension heating up over there. As you can see, a lot of cameras and flags flying. But for the most part, we do have the crowd spinning out here right now. They're over in that general.
Get out of here. Total irresponsibility. Who's this clown on Channel 7? They got some broad over there with 2 cops and 1 other guy yelling at her. There's a little bit of tension building over there. Just be a little more responsible and stop getting psychotic, you crazy person, whoever you are, you fat-faced turd on Channel 7. And the crowd is thinning out like I just got through saying, without all the hysteria. Just stay calm like me, goddammit. Boy, Channel 7, right down the street there. They're only praying. Can you imagine how fast they could have all their news trucks up there and then Ricky Ticky standing on the corner hyperventilating and squatting and dropping a load right there by Wendy's? Or maybe by Taco Bell. That would be more appropriate in his case. I bet you he goes to Taco Bell a lot, you know? Yeah, I hear that Rick Sanchez is really Mexican. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT. And by the way, the guy that he hit in the car?
Yeah, how's he doing?
Here's Fort Myers. Hello. Okay, good. Nice hearing from you. Oh, that was George Beasley. Oh, and speaking of the Beasleys, thank you very much, by the way. See, he didn't realize I was going to appreciate the call very much because it reminds me I forgot to mention this in the midst of all this going on today. George G. Beasley, chairman and CEO of Beasley Broadcast Group, is pleased to announce the acquisition of 3 silly AM stations in Florida's East Coast. WWNN, that's the one where Steve Kane has been doing that show in the morning, I believe. I think. And WHSR AM and WSBR AM in West Palm. The latest addition brings the total number of stations owned by the company to 35, 21 FMs and 14 AMs. Other Beasley stations in the area are WPOW Power and QAM and Kiss This. 2 of the newly acquired stations host a talk radio format. WWNN emphasizes health concerns, and the WSBR focuses on business financial information. WHSR format is international entertainment, serving predominantly the area's Haitian community. How do you like that? Huh?
Yeah, man.
Right. Bob Morency will serve as the general manager of these stations. We welcome him and his staff to the Beasley Broadcast family. Pending FCC approval, the company expects the closing in the second quarter of 2000. Does that mean anything to us?
No.
Is that significant?
No.
Are any of these stations worth $50?
No.
Have they finished the construction out here up on the 3rd floor?
No.
Okay. Yeah, I'm wondering about these people, how they can afford to be buying these little Mickey Mouse radio stations when they can't even get the goddamn ceiling things in up there. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm talking about?
Uh-huh.
This 75-year project out here that most of you could have done by yourself in your spare time on the weekends in about 2 weeks. Here's a mobile in Kendall. Hello.
Uncle Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, not to switch gears at all, but hey, did you happen to catch that PBS special, Power Play?
No.
They started it with investigating organized crime.
Oh, you're not the thing with the, please, it's old, it's rehashed, it's a repeat. The CBC had it 3 years ago. It's crap, and have a great day. Oh, please, I'm begging you, no more stupid calls about that PBS thing with the Russian mafia and Pavel Bure and this one and that one and Anna Kourniholia and all that other stuff, please. When I want to talk hockey on this show, can I get a meaningful call?
No.
Somebody can talk about hockey?
No.
No, but they see some stupid documentary on there that's old, tired material, and right away, here's my second call on it. First call out of the box this morning was about that crap. First one. After all of these important craps that we're talking about here, and they're talking about unimportant craps. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Yeah, hi. I'm calling from Miami,
Yes,
born
sir.
and raised in Philadelphia, the home of the American flag, Betsy Ross's house,
Uh-huh.
Benjamin
And the
Franklin,
worst sports fans in the history of the world, yes?
Liberty Bell.
Most obnoxious
And,
sports fans, yes?
The guy who called in on the cellular, who's a second generation Cuban. I'm the guy in the shores. I was born and raised in Philadelphia.
Why do you keep telling me where you were born and raised?
And I
This is
just
the same
calling
jackass
back.
calling back. We don't do twice. Once a king, always a king. Once a queen's enough. Get out of here. You bumbling old fool, you. Now we know why the Liberty Bell's got a goddamn crack in it. This guy's got a crack problem. God, what an asshole this guy is.
He's an asshole.
That's what I just said. I was born and raised in the shores of Philadelphia, Benjamin Franklin. Yeah, you sound like Benjamin Franklin, okay, after like a bad case of the flu. Congratulations on a long life, Ben. Here's Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Okay.
I got a solution to this whole Cuban-Haitian refugee problem.
Uh-huh.
This country's into recycling, isn't it?
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Actually, I'm right down here at the demonstration right now.
Here's a mobile from 79th and Biscayne.
Right. Just a few people mulling around here.
And I'm watching it right now. Don't look like too much.
Which camera? Which? If you can see me on the cell phone, I don't know if you see me on the camera.
Channel 7. I'm on Channel 7. Can you see
Channel
the Channel 7
7
camera?
What? Where they're at. I'll scan so many cameras here. They're up on the. They're facing the other. Actually, they're facing the other direction.
Well, wait a minute.
Go here.
Let's
But
see.
it's basically breaking up. Not so much going on here.
Right.
But basically, what I think the main issue is that we're giving into a dictatorship. And we're saying for Elian, it's a good place to live in Cuba.
No, we're not saying it's a good place to live. It's not our business to tell him where to live. That's where his father lives, and that's where he has to be. We're not saying it's a good place to live. Why can't you understand that?
But he has no rights when he goes back over there.
What do you mean he has no rights? What does
He
that
has no
mean?
freedom of speech.
So?
He's under the tyranny of the dictator. I'm not Cuban, by the way.
Sir, when he
Hey, you
goes
see me on the camera now.
Sir,
You see me on the camera?
no, I don't see you on the camera. Sir, let me say it again. When he goes back there, he's going to be treated like royalty. He'll have more rights than all the other Cuban citizens put together.
Yeah, because they want to make an example. They're using him as a
Exactly.
puppet.
So more power to him. So if you're so concerned about him, you wouldn't be saying all of these things, okay? And this guy's more concerned about, oh, you see me? I'm waving at the camera. You remind me of the people who sit in the Macarena, okay, who keep waving at the camera as it goes around the crowd. Oh, look, there I am. It's me. Yeah, big deal. Like your big one moment in the sunshine. And by the way, I still don't see your puss on there, thank God. They're not sending any message. The message is that's the law. There's no evidence to indicate his father has done anything that makes him a bad father, and that's where he belongs. Period. That's it. That's the way it works. Like every time we do something without being a bunch of hard asses, all of a sudden we're making some kind of comment like Castro is wonderful and it's a great place. That's not what anybody is saying, sir. Well, he must be the guy that's got his finger in Rosanna Dana's
rectum
right now. That's him. Oh, yeah, look at that. He's got his tongue on her.
Rectum.
Jesus Christ, pal. Get off your knees, you jackass. Oh, it must be, it looks like Todd Tungan here from Channel 10. Did I mention that Channel 10 are a bunch of...
He's an asshole.
Yeah, I mentioned that, except for our good friend Don.
No.
He's a good guy over there. The rest of them... Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
CORRECTION. It's correction time. I'm going to sell all my stock. Hide under a rock. It gives me the hives when the market dives. What a correction.
All right.
And I'm uncircumcised.
All right. Not bad. Oh. Let's give him a 99 on a scale of about 5, huh? That sure as hell beats most of this other crap we're hearing today with his same old type. Where the hell? Oh, that's right. I'm not in the, how do I do this now? What just happened to my goddamn TV set? What happened to my DSS, goddammit? I'm stuck on Channel 7 and I can't get off, so to speak.
I think you got to turn the thing off.
What?
The set thing.
You
want back on the set?
I'm on the set, and this thing here has like died or something. What's going on here? What kind of piece of turd? Oh, there we go. I got it. I just had to turn it on and off. Oh, what's he complaining? The market, the Dow's up 97. Oh, this guy, he's one of those tech dwellers, this guy. Good. I say great. All you people that have made millions with your stupid tech rhymes with Drex stocks, the Nasdaq's down 108 again. How long did you think that bubble was going to be before it was going to burst, pal, okay? Good song, though. But the Dow's up 100. That's what we like. For those of us who've got our money, I don't even know where it is. Who knows where it is? Who knows if you ever even got it? Let's get back here on Channel 7, the important stuff, huh? Come on, let's go. This thing is a piece of turd, like all the other equipment in here. Look at this. I can't even change. We probably need like batteries. I realize that would require a lot of great expense, like maybe a couple of AA batteries. See here, George, a couple of AA batteries might be good, so I can change the channels on this goddamn piece of crap. Which, if I didn't have this TV set and didn't have the satellite dish, we wouldn't be talking about any of the stuff that's going on. So thanks again, Jeff Cohen, and thanks to our friends at National, what was it, Satellite? Digital World Satellite. We got some batteries, because these things are history. Look at these. Well, those are not good. Those are he buys Walgreens batteries. Jesus Christ, you schlepper. Kind of big bucks you're making and you're buying Walgreens batteries? Although they are a hell of a lot better than what was in here, I'll tell you that. Oh, look at that. Now this thing, it's flying through the channels. Here's Joe Lockhart from the White House.
Certain politically charged atmosphere. And I think it took some time for the INS to work through and gather the facts to go and establish
let him have it, Joe.
Who ultimately spoke for the boy. And it's a term of legal art, but they have established that.
Proof for the decision, aren't you, really? I mean, for your word?
I think the President believes that the INS went about this the proper way and have brought together the facts and are correctly interpreting the law.
There you go. That's Joe Lockhart, White House spokesman for El Presidente. Oh, those Democrats. See, there you go. Get hysterical again. 10 minutes after 1 at 560 WQM.
Esta es el show de la mañana con Gio Rogers. Esta es su cerebro. ¿Tienes preguntas?
No.
Can I just say one thing, by the way?
The media is sick and needs help badly.
Amen. Channel 7 now has got the new hysterical, of course, always being a little bit more hysterical than anybody else. Decision Day. They got the new logo with a little picture of Elian there and continuing coverage. Decision Day. And in the meantime, there's like almost nobody there because the decision has been made. And now these people will go back and listen to their banana boat people on their Spanish language radio stations, and they'll all sit around going, and que sera, sera. But in the meantime, there's not a goddamn thing going on. But it's Decision Day as Channel 7 again tries to exploit and whip up and stir up. That's our poll question today, by the way. Who's more irresponsible, the English language media or the Spanish language media in this town? Who are the worst exploiters? I guess we'll find out in the next few days. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I saw at the hockey game of the Atlanta game.
Yeah.
You're sitting all by yourself. I was going to come over there and sit with a real hockey fan.
Yeah.
And wanted to call and, once a spick, always a spick, and send his little ass back.
Okay, great. Glad you didn't come by and sit down, by the way. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And you know what? They also have a saying for this guy, once an asshole, always an asshole. Isn't that the way that saying goes? Something like that. The next time you go to the game, by the way, worry about the game and don't worry about me and where I'm sitting and who I'm sitting with and which jacket I'm wearing and yada, yada. You know what I'm saying? You follow, pal? Good. You're making strides already. Here's a mobile in West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil. What's the matter with your phones, man?
Meaning what?
I can barely hear you when I'm listening on hold.
Well, everybody else, I've had no complaints from anybody else, so maybe it's your phone, sir.
No, but once you just
maybe it's your phone. I don't know, but I've had no other complaints from anybody else. Okay, so let's get to the meat of the matter, okay?
The meat of the matter is, all these years I've been busting your chops because the Leafs have been so bad, and I'm a Ranger fan, and the Rangers blow, and the Leafs are awesome, and Pavel Bure is God. And the Panthers are pretty good.
Yeah.
And then I think your show's better without callers, so I'm going to shut up.
Okay, good.
On the wing for Barrison. Lining and shooting. That's it. The rebound. Johnson set it wide. And Johnson goes down hard. Clear to the line. Cavalier keeping it in. Looks down. He goes all around, tipping that shot. And the Leafs jump out in front. 1-0. After the puck was cut. Now here's Johnson unable to reach it, and it's played ahead. He's getting a hit. He sends Cruz cartwheeling into the sideboard with a good hit. Here's Gavin and Cruz trying to regain momentum. Throw a pretty good elbow at Gavin. And there was the Predators getting control. Here's Barrison. Exclamation point! 4-0 Toronto!
Did you see this documentary on PBS? Oh, I'm sorry. 117 at 560 WQM. The great Joe Bowen, those great Maple Leafs, 54 points. Kicking some serious ass. They got home and home with his Rangers, by the way, tonight and Saturday. We'll see. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Question for you. When are they going to shut this Channel 7 guy up? You saw it first. Every day, you saw it first on Channel 7. You saw it first on Channel 7. That's the only thing you see on Channel 7.
Yeah.
And the other thing is...
Yeah, but you didn't see Decision Day. Decision Day. Right, you missed that.
I'm from New York, and this is the worst garbage I ever seen in my life.
That's correct.
And the other thing is, when is Hank or Jim ever going to admit on the air that Jimmy Johnson is the worst coach in football?
Well, I wouldn't say he's the worst, but he's certainly in the running. He's highly overrated, and he's got a big ego, and he's got a bad attitude, and he's a finger pointer and a hard ass.
And because Hank
well, call up Hank and talk to him about it, okay? That's right. Because he does the coaches show, he's got his head way up Jimmy's ass, and it's been that way ever since the beginning. And a lot of other people on the station also have that. It's pretty crowded back there by Jimmy's.
Rectum.
That is correct, sir. And let me say it again, the Cecil Collins thing was a classic example of people immediately rushing to make excuses. I mean, sure, everybody's got a right to their day in court, but now we got the other side of the story. We got Cecil's side, and Cecil said, oh, guess what? I done it. I wanted to take a look at her, 5 in the morning. Let me say it again. 5 o'clock in the morning, he pried off the window screen, crawled inside her room, and guess what? Her husband was there. How do you like that?
Oh, my God.
In a sack with her at 5 in the morning, where you expect to find him, I guess. Bad move, Cecil. Yeah, we talked about Cecil. Oh, yeah, big deal. I'm really impressed. People who glamorize scumbags. Oh. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Neil, I just got one question for you. How about the mother of this kid that lost her life because she wanted that boy to have freedom here? Now they're going to send him back. And for that other guy that said spick, you should send his butt back over to Cuba. See how he likes it.
Okay, we'll send his ass there and see how long it survives. Yeah, we're just going to send his. The rest of them can stay here. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I think the Cuban people are warm and loving, but I really...
Why would you say something like that? There are some, what kind of a statement is that? That is so degrading and so condescending. There are some Cuban people who are warm and loving, and there are some who are assholes like in every other group. What does that mean?
Well, overall, as a culture.
Culture what? What culture?
Well, how they make a big deal over their kids. I mean, they practically
they're very family oriented. If you want to start making generalizations, that is correct.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, the generalization. But I think they're also barbaric. I mean, they go by the rule of the mob. They think that forget laws. If they're going to protest the national policy,
ma'am, listen to what you're saying. The Cuban people are barbaric, is what you just said.
Yeah.
So, in other words, the 200 people that were out there protesting just now, or the 1,000 people or so who protested and blocked the streets the last time, that represents the 1.5 million or 2 million people are Cubans, or whatever we got here in South Florida?
Yeah, I think it does represent. It's a representation of the feeling of the Cuban people.
Is it really?
She represents all the Americans.
Yeah, you must represent all the Americans, this phone call.
Maybe.
Well, you don't represent me.
Well,
you did. On the one hand, the Cubans are warm and loving people, and you make a ridiculous generalization, which is asinine on the face of it. But they're barbaric. They're all loving, but they're barbaric. You're an asshole, lady. Okay, get out of here. You're a jerk. Let me say it again, and I know that most of you can't relate to it because you've been brought up in a world, especially in a country, this loaded with not just in this country, all over the world, with prejudices. Show me your that family tree. Where were they born? Where was the all this other crap. Who gives a flying crap? It's a bunch of bullshit. Pedigree. Yeah, your pedigree. I got pedigree. It's in a can. Christ. People are people. There's good and bad in everybody. Is that difficult to understand?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I guess it is. Oh yeah, the Polacks are dumb, and the French they smell bad. Well, that part's true. And and all this other crap. The Jews have big noses, and the Spartans are lazy and shiftless and have big penises. Even the women. I mean, what kind of crap is that? How juvenile do you have to be to think like that? How much of a moron do you have to be? This woman, what she should have done at the beginning of her call to save a lot of time was just say, "I'm a moron," and I would have said, "Yeah," and that would have been the end of that.
Yeah,
saved a lot of time. God. You're right. We do need these phone calls. Like they say in China, like a Lochenkup. Here's a mobile in Davie. Hello.
Hey, Neil. How's it going?
Great.
Hey, I just wanted to make a comment to that guy that just called up a couple
Which
calls
one?
ago.
I can't keep track. There's so
Hey,
many.
he was the militant
Militant
guy.
stick, yeah.
Yeah, what kind of mother risks a 9-year-old son's life floating him over here?
Very good point. Yes, that's an excellent
and,
point.
all I got to say is, hasta la vista, Elian, and take Brooke Daniels with you.
Okay. Take Brooke Daniels. How do you like that? Oh, yeah, I forgot about that fax about that bitch. Where the hell is that? Yesterday I was at work listening to that babbling Brooke bitch. It said, now why would this guy, Adrian, why would you be doing that? Caller called her to say that he's listening to Neil, went on to say that I always rip her about her back. Oh, about her hunchback, yeah. I thought it meant behind her back. No, right to her face. I'll be glad to tell her. And don't call me anymore, Brooke. I can't stand you. And how you said that she'd be gone for 6 months. In essence, he was trying to start a war. How can you start a war with a show that has no audience? Anyway, what she said will make you Schmidt in your pants. She said that she loved you before, but now you have a bug up your rectum about her. And because of assholes like me, I'll be out of here as soon as possible. She says, effing prick. Yeah, she came here because of me, and she's going to leave here because... No, you're going to leave here because you're going to get fired again for the second time. Because they didn't learn the first time, because Pete Bolger can't find talent for that radio station. Can he find it?
No.
No. And the talent either. Oh, but Liz Wild, that's going to put him over the top. That'll do it, baby. I'm just wild about that. How about Hank is peeing in his pants having to compete with Liz Wild? Oh, yeah. God. You couldn't beg for better competition than we got in this market. And wait till that disco smegma thing wears off, which I see in these numbers. It's already taken a big jump the last month. We'll see how many listeners they can continue buying on that piece of crap with the goddamn Bee Gees on there 20 hours a day. Here's a mobile in Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Neil, you're killing me.
I know it.
I'm going to drive off the road.
She's the best, man.
Hey, Neil, have you had any calls about this
Have I had any
student up
calls?
there?
Have I had any calls?
No.
Have you had any calls about the student up there that punched his principal in the face?
No, I have not, but I read that, and his name was Mark Tyrone something or other.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful?
Yeah.
The assistant principal tells him to go home because he was thinking about suspending him because of a
Because
fist
he had
fight.
an altercation with another kid.
Right, and then he punches him in the face.
Right.
Yeah, he probably started off stealing bicycles and not wearing helmets.
You know something? He probably should have handcuffed his ass right there. Good point, sir. God bless you. Excellent. Take any crap from those kids, handcuff them. That's what they ought to have. All the principals in schools should learn from the goddamn West Palm Sheriff's Office, from the Palm Beach County SO, whatever the hell it is.
Oh!
Yeah. Get those handcuffs out. Some little kid mouths off. Some little kid punches the principal in the puss. Handcuff him. Handcuff him right to the wall. In fact, do like Joan Crawford. Handcuff him in bed at night and lay him on his back. Strap him down to the bed. That's right. Do you know that she used to do that to the kid? What?
She was a piker.
Oh, compared to your mother? You mean?
Yeah, they got fed.
Yeah, they got fed real good, too, by the way. And if they didn't eat, she'd beat the crap out of them again. No more wire hangers! Was it wire hangers or plastic?
Wire hangers.
Oh, what hangers did she want? Oh, wood.
Wood.
Sorry. She was at Bulldyke, you know. Joan Crawford.
Still a better mom than mine.
But she had nice shoulders to lean on. 25 after 1 at 560 WQA.
Jim Mandich talks sports weekends right here on Sports Radio 560 QAM.
When you thought you heard.
What would you do if I had normal boobs? Would you still run out and buy my CD?
No.
Do you get along when I screech out a song? Decide how much I sing. Off key. I'ma get by with implants in my breast. I get guys with implants in my breast. I don't have to try with implants in my breast.
Did you audition for anybody?
I only had to pull my panties down.
Are they pleased with your body?
Yeah, not to mention where I put my nose.
Can you succeed by just spreading your legs?
Yes, it doesn't matter if it's a girl or a guy.
How old will you be, sweet and just 17?
Well, at least until I'm out of rehab at 35. I get by with implants in my breast. I get guys with implants in my breast. I don't have to try with implants in my breast.
Have you pleased your backstage mommy?
She lives through me vicariously.
Don't need for the money.
Well, in this business, that's the most important thing. I'ma get by with implants in my breast.
1:30 at 560 WQAM. And I forgot this story yesterday. This was a major story. Speaking of hockey, and speaking of the show, Vinny Prospero of the Ottawa Senators and Patrice Brisebois of the Montreal Canadiens have got a history of physical clashes on the ice. But it went a step further last week. Brisebois, who is French-Canadian, said Prospero called him a frog during a 4-4 tie in Ottawa December 27th. He said the slur was preceded by an obscenity, as in you effing frog. To which we say, oh! Good point. Prospero admitted the ethnic reference Tuesday, saying it occurred in the heat of the moment, etc. and so on. How do you like that? He called him an effing frog.
Why don't you go back to Cuba, you stick bastard?
Or,
why don't you go back to Canada, you Jew bastard?
There you go. Effing frog. 1:30 at 560 WQAM, 5670560. Channel 7, the good news is, finally gave up the ghost.
Oh!
They finally let it loose. Here on Decision Day. Decision Day! Oh, man! Woo! Heavy duty. Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Hey, Neil, what's going on?
How you doing?
How's it going? I'm calling in reference to that lady that called Cubans barbaric.
Yeah.
I want to tell that lady that, first of all, I'm Cuban, and I'm in the armed forces, right? I gave up my constitutional rights so she can sleep good at night, so
she
I
can
can
open
protect
up
her.
So she can open, no, you first. Oh. Yeah. Basically what he said was,
that fucking bitch.
But not necessarily in that order. Nice going, pal. What a disgusting bitch she was to it. It's sounding so sweet. You're with her, Jennifer. Oh, they're all such a wonderful, loving people, and blah, 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 yeah. But they're barbaric. Yeah, they, them, those, that kind. God, are you a stupid bitch. They ought to put a human chain around your goddamn house and make sure you never get out, because you're dangerous, honey. In fact, we're going to have Cecil Collins come in and visit you tonight about 5 a.m. Yeah, boy, yeah, Cecil. I talked to Jimmy about Cecil. You got to be kidding. Yeah. Talk about pathetic.
That was funny.
Yeah, pathetic, Hank. Come on. You can do better than that. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Oh, we've had a good run here today, boy. I'll tell you that. In fact, I'm getting the runs just thinking about it. Here's Homestead. Hello.
Oye, mira, amigos, ¿qué pasa, man?
Sí.
What's wrong with you people, man?
Ming?
Huh?
What you mean, man?
What's wrong with you people talking about Cuba like the animals or something?
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Tell me something.
Let me tell you
Tell
something.
me something.
Listen, have you ever lived in communism?
Yes.
No, you don't know nothing about communism. You're so sucked.
I lived in Russia.
Yeah, right.
You believe that, Panamachi Peruski?
Why don't you go to communism?
Why don't you go to hell? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. How about those chinks that came in on the Haitian boat? Can they stay?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. It's not the right communist country. Go to communist, but not the right communist country. You're so full of crap. You're so tired. Put it on a record, you silly old spick. God. Like I said, this poor little kid is like a human wishbone. They got him by one leg, and Fidel's got the other leg, and just pulling and yanking would practically split that kid in half. And they don't give a crap. Just like the one guy, L.I.A. The guy couldn't even spell his name right on the damn poster. Here's Boca. Hello. Boca. Boca be gone. Okay, too bad. You lose. You lose out. Here's a mobile in Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
That was great. I never got to hear somebody cuss on the phone.
Exactly.
My point is, I'm an American. I'm tired of my streets being blocked by people who are foreign nationals.
Sir, you know something? Forget about American, Peruvian, Yugoslavian. The fact is, we live here, we pay taxes here, and this is a place that all of us are supposed to have like a certain part of because we pay taxes to be here, and we shouldn't have to have our lives threatened to be disrupted every time somebody doesn't get their way, every time some group of 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 assholes don't get their way.
I think somebody should, if the city of Miami won't enforce the laws down here, somebody else from the state maybe needs to do it.
Oh, yeah, like Governor Bush, who's sucking up heavy duty. You're going to wait for him? The Jeb Meister? You hold your breath, man.
And the other point
He's got his nose up Eliana's rectum right now as we speak. He's in there up to her pupik, yes?
One of the things that a lot of these Cubans seem to forget is the only reason Castro's in office is because they're all here.
Yeah.
Go home.
Okay, have a great day, pal. I mean, I can't. I haven't got the stomach for it. Even before the stomach flu, I don't have the stomach for hearing all that same old tired stuff over and over and over again, okay? It's old, it's stale, it stinks. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
What's up, man? How you doing, man? I love your show. You're awesome, man.
I am.
But I got something to say.
I'm the bomb, man.
Yeah. I'm also a Cuban-American. I also joined the armed forces. I also lost my constitutional right.
Yes.
I was in a 10 special forces group in Saudi Arabia fighting that stupid war. And I fight for all these people's freedom, first of all. I fight, especially I see people die, I fight. Everybody here in this damn country, either or, a native came from a raft, a boat, the pilgrims, everybody came here. There's no true American.
Yeah.
So therefore, this country is the land of the immigrants.
How about the Indians? Did they come here on a raft?
No, the Indians were here because we mutilated and took their land. But everybody
14
here,
under the G, pal. I'm sorry, go ahead.
yeah, everybody here is an immigrant. I mean, I'm not condemning that the Cubans should protest. I'm not condemning that the Haitians should protest. And, my heart goes out for that little kid. I feel sorry for him. He's in a political battle.
He'll be all right. He'll be
no one
just
cares
fine.
about that kid.
Right.
They don't care about him. They just want a political battle.
He's just another tool.
It's a tool, and it's disgusting.
Right.
But for people to stereotype Cubans saying that, they're barbaric, they're like that stupid idiot girl saying that we're barbaric. This is ridiculous because you don't see one Cuban ghetto in the city of Miami.
There you go.
Not one.
Okay,
right?
I'll see it. I'll see it at the cockfights.
And if you look at the political figures about Cuban-Americans,
yes,
we're the only immigrants that have the largest small business in the country. The only non-Americans that have the largest small business in the country. I mean, we come in, we do our stuff, and whatever we do. And I mean, if they go back, well, they go back. If they don't, whatever. I love America. I'm in the military, the Air Force, like I said, and I'm an American. All right. So, Neil, I love the show. You take care, man. And I listen to you every day at work, man.
Hasta que meters.
All right.
See ya. Okay, what did he say? 56705. Well, he's pretty pissed off and fired up for crying out loud, and why the hell not, right? Is that right? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. And by the way, the demonstration's all gone. Go home. Everybody went home. Nobody even waving over flags. The decision's been made, and now they'll plan their strategy, and we'll see just how much we have to put up with the next week or 10 days. Disturbing facts, another one, by the way. We did hear this already, but this is the second fact verifying. One of the protesters with a megaphone outside the INS building shouted, "We built Miami. We will destroy Miami." Oh, brother. Isn't that nice? In other words, we aren't going to get our way, so we'll destroy it. We'll tear it down. Sounds like some other ethnic groups we have in this country who every time they get pissed off, they burn down their own neighborhood. That's pretty smart. Brilliant, I think.
Yeah.
23 before 2 at 560 WQAM is the ethnic love as the kissy fest continues here at QAM. Everybody just purse your lips and kiss.
Rectum.
Some big fat ass, okay?
Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Joe Zagacki sucks, okay?
Oh, the white folks hate the black folks, and the black folks hate the white folks. To hate all but the right folks is an old established rule, but during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, Lena Horne and Sheriff Clark are dancing cheek to cheek. It's fun to eulogize the people you despise, as long as you don't let them in your school. Oh, the poor folks hate the rich folks, and the rich folks hate the poor folks. All of my folks hate all of your folks. It's American as apple pie. But during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, New Yorkers love the Puerto Ricans 'cause it's very chic. Step up and shake the hand of someone you can't stand. You can tolerate him if you try.
I want to give you a kiss.
Oh, the Protestants hate the Catholics, and the Catholics hate the Protestants, and the Hindus hate the Muslims, and everybody hates the Jews. But during National Brotherhood Week, National Brotherhood Week, it's National Everyone Smile at One Anotherhood Week. Be nice to people who are inferior to you. It's only for a week, so have no fear. Be grateful that it doesn't last all year.
Sooner or later, if you wait long enough, either on the phone or on the fax machine, the definitive answer to the problem comes in from this audience, from these creative people. Here's the best fax of the day so far. Keep Elian here and send Ileana back. Oh! There you go. Let's take a vote on that. It's unanimous. Oh! Everybody said absolutely.
Yes.
Nice going, sir. Oh, God. Why us? Here's a lady in Miami. Hello. Lady in Miami.
Hello.
Yes.
Hey, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
I just want to say that Elian should go back to his father.
Mm-hmm.
And I do want to thank my grandparents for leaving the revolution. And I am an American. And America is great. And Viva America.
Viva Las Vegas.
That's right, baby.
All right.
And George is still a mierda. Bye-bye.
One of your fans. She said George is on two legs. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, I've been listening to you for over 5 years. I've converted everybody in our office to listen to you.
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much.
And guess what?
What?
If you leave South Florida, I'm leaving.
Okay.
And Happy New Year to you.
Okay, start packing.
Bye.
See ya. Oh, how sad. This is the, you notice how this new song of Enrique is going over like, stale halava in Eskimo land? Not too big. But we love Enrique, man. He can hang out at my house anytime. He could come over here and hang it out. Love you, Enrique. And by the way, Enrique, so we don't have to get him in the middle of this, he's from España, okay? He speaks kind of like that. He's from España. We were talking about that just the other day. Maybe from Barcelona. Here's a lady in Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. How are you?
Great.
I've been listening to you for a long time. I just want to tell you how much I enjoy your show.
Thank you.
I'm calling in regards to the guy who called in who said we don't know anything about communism.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me we did fight a couple of world wars against communism. And I hate
the world wars were against communism?
Yeah. World
Fascism.
War II.
Yeah.
World War I.
That was against fascism, not against, but, well, isms.
Well, and that's the reason why the Cubans are allowed to be here in Miami to begin with.
Yeah.
And I'm just tired of the Cubans using America and these crazy fighters who go over to Cuba, use America, taunt Castro, and now they're using a little kid to do it with.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Have a great day.
Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. See, one thing about Americans, they know their history.
Oh!
You know what I'm saying? They know their history. Don't start, I see you have this desire to start chiming in and correct the things that she said that were erroneous, which was virtually everything from start to finish, except how much she loves the show. But other than that, she was very nice. And she also didn't say you're a Mierda. She didn't say that.
I know.
So what the hell do you want from her? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Pompano. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Good.
I love your show.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm Puerto Rican, but I was born in Florida, 100% Guarigua. And do these Cubans work? It seems like if you stood on the sidewalk and they want to protest about that. I mean, it's like, do they even work?
The ones
I saw on TV like 100 Cubans walking down the road.
Yeah, they're just 100 professional agitators. That's all they do.
That's what I really think it is. And yeah, I love your show, and keep up the good work.
All right, pal. There you go, one of your Puerto Rican friends, 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I'm from, my grandparents were from, and their parents were from, and my great-grandchildren, and my mother-in-law, et cetera, and so on. Just ain't ever going to change, is it, huh?
No.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Neil, how are you today?
Great.
I'm just calling to make a comment about the situation today. I feel that I look at the Cuban dissident population here in Miami, and I really wonder to myself, do they realize that the rest of the country views them as an out-of-control population down here in Miami?
No, they don't care.
They don't care.
No, they're so blinded by their emotion and hysteria, they don't care about that.
And do they realize that it makes front page news here, at the Herald.
Right.
But every other country in the United States, it's on page 16 of the front.
Every other country in the United States?
Every other city in the United States.
The only other country I know in the U.S. is Dade County.
Yeah, there you go. But every other city in the United States, it doesn't even make it onto the news. And when they see it on the CNN, people in other states, I'm from the Midwest, they look at it and they view it as, look, these people are out of control.
Yeah.
And like you said, they look like animals sometimes.
Yeah, same old crap all over again. Yeah, it gets ponderous.
It does. It does. Well,
ponderous.
that's all I got, Neil, and Happy New Year to you. I love your show.
Thanks, pal. Hang in there.
Okay.
567-0560. The overwhelming consensus is Ganuga already. Enough with the bull crap, okay? Enough of the sucking. Jesus Christ almighty. 14th. Why couldn't they just do it like this weekend would be good? Get it over with and do it fast. And why do they do that? See, they have to keep that, like Cecil, he likes that window open a little bit. They have to keep that little crack in the window open. No, seriously. So they have a window of opportunity there so they can go to court. They can try to get some judge to say this or say that, and we can just drag this on forever. They made their ruling. It's interesting how fast everybody else goes back. Like those 400 Haitians and Chinese and whoever else was on that boat. Well, it didn't take them long to get those people out of here. Bingo, bada bing. And then the people that were in bad health, the 4 women or whoever it was, they're over in Chrome Detention Center, by the way. They're not wandering around waiting to go to Disneyland or World or whatever it is. Why do I keep calling it Disneyland? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello?
Hello, Neil?
Yes?
Bunch of hysteria, that's all it is there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they're worried about is telling everybody else what to do, and we'll do it our way, and, hysteria. If it's not their way, it's wrong, and then try to go over there and do things your way in their country, and they'll have a fit. But they come over here, everybody wants to take over. Hey, and I'm Cuban. And you know what all the Cubans have in common?
What is that, sir?
They all put Fidel and Alex Pinellas and Joe Carroyo and Raul Martinez in office.
Did you say Alex Pinga Pequeña? Is that who you said?
Alex Pinga Pequeña, Joe
Right.
Carroyo,
Carroyo.
Raul Martinez,
Carroyo.
and Fidel Mamamela Castro.
And don't forget about Bert Fernandez.
Bert Fernandez. Oh, let's not forget about Joe
With an H.
Cubas.
C.
The
Arrivederci.
agent. Oh, you have to be a baseball player.
Okay.
If the little boy was
Say
a ball
goodbye.
player,
Say goodbye.
goodbye.
That's
Goodbye.
like $4 million a year. It's 12 minutes till 2 at 560 WQAM. Oh, this is the best.
Oh!
See, you got to take something negative and make something positive out of it. Have a good time. Are we getting psychotic?
No.
Screw it. I've been through it too many times before. We'll get psychotic when we have the next big hurricane blow through here. You know what I'm saying? That's when we'll get psychotic. When Brian Norcross gets on there and starts flapping his wings. You notice, by the way, there's a new version. They came out with a new edit of Learn to Fly. Yeah, Brian Norcross is on one side and Bill Kamala's on the other side. They're one on each wing. And they're both flying without.
Only one South Florida radio station has the hammer, and you're listening to it. At Goldberg, weekday afternoons at 2, Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Well, where, oh, where can that Twinkie be? Said Miss Monica Lewinsky. I got to reach it, but it's fallen too far. Probably what she was doing when she flipped her car. Well, she banged her head on the steering wheel. Not the usual way we feel. Sign on the road said straight ahead. Rest stop was near, she would soon be fed. Gave it some gas and swerved to the right, heading for the fast food light. She lost control, the car it flew, and landed next to the drive-thru. Well, poor old Monica Lewinsky crashed her car 'cause she was hungry. But she's in luck, her career's not dead. Her mouth did not get injured, she can still give head.
And nothing to do with that.
153 at 560 WQAM. Oh, yeah. Did he do a suck job on her the other night or what?
Uh-huh.
Wow. Thank God most of you didn't see it. Where are we going? Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello? Mobile in Miami. Speak to me. Okay, nice talking to you. You can hear them like grepsing in the background. Must have gotten to a bad bowl of Schmitz. Here's Miami. Hello?
Neil.
Yes, sir.
Hey, this is James from Miami. How are you?
Okay, James.
25 years old. Went to University of Miami, and I just got to say, if there wasn't for the Cubans in the lottery, there'd be nothing to talk about in this town.
There you go. Good point.
Take care, Neil.
Thank you.
Bye.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. And Wayne and John Henry, don't forget about them.
Uh-huh.
Right. And Nikki.
Amy.
And who? Oh, that's right. Oh, we almost forgot about...
Jimmy and Danny. Jimmy and Danny.
Right, we got that. Here's a mobile in Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I was just calling about these two soft-spoken women who called in the last hour. What
Yeah?
dumb bitches are they? I mean, the first one's just a dumb bitch, and the other one is a dumb bitch who doesn't know her history.
Mm-hmm. We fought 2 wars against communism, 2 world wars. How do you like that?
I know, it's amazing.
WW1 and WW whatever the one was after one. Mm-hmm.
Anyways, in ending, I think the guy got it wrong when he said a spick is a spick. It's actually a dick is a dick.
Okay.
You have a good one.
That's what you think. 56705. I've been around. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. Oh, man. You think you've seen something? I could write a book. Here's a mobile in Miami Beach. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
How you doing today?
Very well.
Good. Hey, you know who the smartest Cuban is?
And who's that?
Fidel Castro.
Yeah.
Because he manipulates everybody.
He plays them all. He plays them all like a fiddle. That's right.
Hey man, you know what the other thing is? You know what a Cuban is?
5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Pembroke Pines. Hello.
Yo, what up, my nigga Neil?
All right.
Yeah, man. Peter Worrell's gonna be whooping up on the Grim
side. Yeah, he's going to be whooping it.
And Pavel's gonna be scoring a.
5670560 pound 560 on the AT&T wireless line. I have only one question.
Why?
Yeah, that's the only question I got. Oh, by the way, you didn't do that. You forgot.
Sorry, I forgot.
God damn it.
I wrote it down.
Well, that's good. That's a good start.
One step closer.
Plus, of course, it wouldn't work in here anyway now.
I'm sorry.
Good thinking. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Neil. What if you take the name Elian, take out the E, put in an A? What do you get?
Illegal alien.
That's right. So send his ass back.
Okay. Now, there's another guy feeding me back my own material. Well, didn't I say that the very first day that we heard about this story when a kid came up here? Didn't I say that? Illegal alien. But that's okay. This guy means well, and like you said, arrivederci. We'll pack you a bunch of sandwiches. Fidel's got a whole big banquet waiting for you when you get back, you and Dad. And look how well Daddy's going to make out with this now when they get back, assuming he comes here to pick him up, or not, as the case may be. They're going to be bigger than the goddamn Lucy and Desi and all them put together. Even Fred and Ethel wouldn't believe it. The scene that they're going to have over there. They're going to be showering them with the stuff. That's right, with golden showers. Here's Miami. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
Pretty good.
Yeah, I wanted to comment on a couple of callers ago. The Puerto Rican guy. I found it ironically amusing that he was worried about the unemployment rate of the Cubans when Puerto Ricans have had the highest unemployment rate of any minority.
But that's only in the Bronx, yeah.
What's that?
I said it's only in the Bronx.
Well, no, that's across the board.
Well, George is so uptight with you. You know, I'm just making a joke, and he starts shaking his head. No, it's not. Jesus, you guys, just to take it easy. Ricky Martin, he's working. He's working on the color of his hair. I'll tell you what, he's working on the color of his hair. Make no mistake about it.
He can't sing for shit.
Yeah, but his hair is nice. He's got that Swedish blonde dude and that Swedish blonde guy. Huh? And he's got that blonde rectum. Here's a mobile in Deerfield Beach. Hello.
Yeah, hi, how are you doing?
Great.
I just wanted to tell you that, Cuba is the only country that's still communist. Cuba and North Korea.
And how about China?
Well,
where they got a billion people over there?
Tried.
That's a lot bigger than...
Tried.
Oh.
China tried to change. But,
but it's still...
Cubans never tried. Never.
Yeah,
never.
And what was the government they had in Cuba before the communist government?
Well, they got a communist now.
No, sir. Sir, why don't you answer my question? What was the government? Did they have freedom before Castro? Did they have a democracy?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He must have been in the same history lesson with that bitch. Fascism, sir. Fascism. Yeah, that's right. Was in the same history lesson with that crazy bitch. Oh, we fought 2 world wars against communism. Ah.
Weren't the commies our allies?
How do you like that? And by the way, Stalin only killed 30 million people, so what are you complaining about?
His own people know that.
For Christ's sakes, yeah. And by the way, how's Paul's pot?
Yeah, man.
They're smoking it over there in Cambodia. Hey, we didn't bomb Cambodia. Henry Kissinger lied. Well, or was it the other way around?
They had it coming.
So anyway, that's, we got, time for one more. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Good afternoon, Neil.
Yes, sir.
You know what really frosts my ass is...
What is that, sir?
Especially the Cubans who keep saying that the situation over there is so bad and we need to let them stay here because the situation over there is so bad. I mean, the situation is bad all around the world. The only difference for them is they can get here by inner tube or, 2x4.
That's what I said yesterday. My solution to the problem is to move that island about 200-300 miles